Well, hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot Die Repeat, where a bunch of us hat wearers, today at least, most of us.
I have a yarmulke underneath this. You just can't see it.
That fine shock of hair. Well, we sit around and we do some dice rolling, a lot of laughing at each other, and some collaborative storytelling known as Dungeons & Dragons. And we are excited to have you here with us as we continue our adventure. If you've missed any of the past episodes, you can go on our YouTube channel. All 50 of them are up there. Tonight is number 51 in Season 2, and we would love for you to go back, watch them, and potentially subscribe to the channel, which is a great help. And, of course, if you're watching here on Twitch, we'd really appreciate if you would follow us and perhaps even consider subscribing to us here if you like the show. It's always a help. Every little bit helps. We do giveaways every single week. Tonight we're going to be giving away 2 batches of 2 minis. So I got some undead guys here, a skeleton, which is kind of a cool skeleton shield wielding, sword wielding guy, and this vampire spawn. So we're gonna do we're gonna do those 2, and then we have this Carrion tribe barbarian and a cleric of Zon Kuthon.
Who's that?
I don't know, just some weird looking dude. So we're gonna give those 2 sets of 2 away tonight. And if we get 3,000 bits over the course of the evening, we are going to give away another black dragon because I got my order in from China.
And another chance to win one.
Yep, so we're going to do that. And that is if we get 3,000 bits over the course of the evening, and we will give that away. Speaking of bits, if you would like to be a part of the game, you can be integral in what happens through the purchase of advantage and disadvantage and potions throughout the evening. So for 100 bits, you can purchase advantage for any of the players at the table. For 500 bits, you can purchase disadvantage for the DM.
Highly encouraged.
Yep.
Always that one.
Mm-hmm.
Post show.
And for 1,000 bits, you can purchase a potion which will materialize somewhere in the world, which... FYI, no one actually picked up the potion from last week yet.
GoFX getting it on the way back.
Well, I'm just saying. Because you were too busy killing stuff.
Almost dying.
This is almost, but not quite.
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead. All right. We also have a giveaway that we have just completed on Instagram. And so on my Instagram account, LDR_DM, we gave away, we just completed the Halloween giveaway with Alchemy 3D Prints, who we're collaborating with, and we're about to announce the winner.
Ooh.
And so the winner of this really cool unpainted necromancer figure, this summoning circle, and this awesome crypt here is none other than the Zombie Knight.
Ooh.
So... appropriate name for the Halloween giveaway.
Nice.
The Zombie Knight, congratulations. We're going to post that on Instagram as well so that you can claim your prize. And we will get that sent out to you post-haste. A big thank you again to Alchemy 3D Prints for collaborating with us. You can go to their website, alchemy3dprints.com, and check out all of their super cool terrain and miniature sculpts that they have. They have some amazing artists who do those, so check out their website. Really cool stuff there. All right. Well, with all of that behind us, let us begin with our wonderfully written theme song by our resident bard. Matthew, if you will.
We are the winners and the strong. We're the losers who don't belong. And we'll press on until this journey ends. Get those lighters out. There's a goal that we are after, and there are tears, blood, and laughter waiting for us just around the bend. We seek revengeance and we seek glory, so come listen to our story. Come walk with us and we'll call you our friend.
That's right. Thank you, Matthew. And we certainly do call you our friends. And we begin, of course, with a little recap of what has just happened. And we're hopeful that our monk will arrive. She may or may not get here tonight, but we're holding her seat just in case she gets out of work in time.
Work, man, you know?
Working girl. All right. So, our adventurers, the Revengers, as they have now coined the term and have taken to calling themselves, had stumbled across a orc clan in the Keldale Path, a small road that winds its way up to the Sword Mountains, and that makes its way through to the Mare of Dead Men waiting on the other side. The party seeking to obtain some magical gauntlets, or rather the other half of the gauntlets from the tribe, had kind of pulled the wool over their eyes and taken through some chicanery one of the gauntlets, the gauntlet that they needed for Kildrick, the bard, who later came to find that it wasn't quite as empowering as he had hoped.
So all the murder was pointless.
We slaughtered everyone. For
I mean, it
nothing.
made you a little bit stronger, but not as much as you had hoped.
Like from like a kindergartner to like a second grader.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
around
something
that.
like that. I mean, you know, for a dwarf, about that.
Yeah.
But in stealing the gauntlet, they were made aware of the fact that there was a demonic infestation, a presence that had taken root in the tribe, that they were tasked by Vajra Safar, the Black Staff of Waterdeep, to discern and root out. After some of their plans didn't quite work out as intended, they ended up going full frontal on their assault.
It's usually the best option.
I mean, with abs like these.
Yeah.
And so the party took off after the stockade and ended up slaughtering about 30 out of the 35 orcs that were there, and the splicer beasts and all the other myriad creatures. And unfortunately, their target, Sorg, escaped.
We did a real good job.
Best episode ever.
Truly. As they tracked Sorg into the base of the Sword Mountains and the forests to the west, the party, having saved Gofek and his mother Borak,
What about the other two?
well, and Frickin' Frack,
Yep.
who quickly met their demise as they were turned by Sorg, they stormed into the cave and found Sorg waiting for them. As Morthos sought to free Eli from the trap, Morthos himself was caught therein. Freeing Eli to go and join the fray, they took out several other Tanaruk that had been turned demonic orc fiends, and took on Sorg himself, finding that he was in fact some demonic creature in disguise, with dark skin stretched over a bony frame that was essentially wearing the Sorg flesh like a suit, having one demonic horn twisting up the back of its head. This creature made its way over to a glowing pillar, which was in the central chamber of the room, and as it was cut down by the Revengers, its blood spilled forth on the obelisk-like stone and set free an even more deadly demonic creature that had apparently been trapped within. Fighting this creature, which referred to itself as the Harbinger of the Horned One, the team was ultimately, through some timely, stunning strikes by the monk, able to subdue and kill all of the enemies, including the carrion crawlers who had been summoned from the pit beyond. And now, in the aftermath of the fireball explosions and the dead crawlers, our party, all alive, hanging on, some of them barely to life, find themselves seeking to figure out what just happened. And so, Revengers, the stage is set. What are you doing now?
And we're all in the throne room right now.
Quick, let's loot the cave before we like go with Morthos.
So you are all in the throne type area. You have the broken column of stone that was glowing that kind of opened up an opening to some nether prison and quickly reformed. The stones are broken and sundered by the fireball that was set off shortly thereafter. The corpses of the Tanaruk lie on the floor. The carrion crawlers are shredded to pieces around you. Sorg's body is gone, having been absorbed into the portal to release this creature, and its body is quickly decaying into a black, reddish liquid as it just dissolves with an unnatural speed.
The big guy.
Yes.
Does it look like there's any blood there?
It's all a viscous, nasty, coagulated
Acidic
mire of...
type.
Does it look, in Eli's mind, worth scooping up and putting into a vial?
Well, it's all rather quickly dissolving.
So no.
It,
Okay.
You don't get the sense that it would last too long even if you scooped it in a
Got it.
vial.
So,
And from your studies, you know that
Yeah.
demonic entities, especially the more powerful ones, they will reform in the abyss and launch again at some point.
So, can someone here who's in the room explain to me what that loud noise was? What happened to... Did Sword turn into this guy that we just killed? What happened?
He did.
Really?
Seems like he was inside of his skin.
Okay. But what about the big guy?
Oh, he came out of that column thing. They're kind of opened up and he popped out of nowhere.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that's not good. Is everyone all right?
I run over to Sola. Sola, are you okay?
I'm
Do you need
fine.
some water?
I'm... yeah, just leave me to my meditations. As you see her, she kind of sits and just begins
Anything you want, beautiful.
focusing. She ignores your comment.
Godric's in the corner and he has his sword down. He's like, "Did you see what I just did? I slid between his legs and sliced its Achilles tendon, fell it to the ground. Did you see that?
Yeah. You did good.
Good job, buddy.
You did good, little guy.
It's the gauntlets. I feel stronger.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's worth it that we killed all those orcs. It was
Hey.
definitely worth it.
Go cover your ears on that.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't mean it.
Wait a second. Where's... Oh, we gotta get Morthos out of the wall.
Are you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
all alive in there?
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming.
Gofek comes up, having dumped one of the potions down Wolfram's throat. He turns around and looks at the other potion, looks at himself, takes the cap off, looks at you guys, and drinks it.
Guess we deserve that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, help us get our buddy out.
How can I help?
Might need you to turn a lever.
I saw what happened.
I'm joking. We don't need that.
Are you really joking?
I am. I wouldn't do that to you twice.
If we did, we definitely free you. We wouldn't leave you here.
Before, well, I guess we're. Are we gonna
It's a joke, man. It's a joke.
get come back in here after we let Morthos go? Or we?
Yeah, no, we gotta rest, man. We're not doing too hot.
Yeah, I agree.
We gotta rest.
Alright.
Alright, so here's what I know about the mechanism. You put your hand in, you pull it out, you turn, you push it back in, and it locks on you and nothing good happens. So, in order to unlock him, someone has to put their arm in and start that whole mechanism again. But we've got to find a way to keep it from locking.
So we seem to have a bad record of getting trapped. So whatever you think to do, just do the opposite of it.
Well, I did that with Morthos when I told him to turn left instead of right.
Is there?
He still got trapped and he got gassed with poison.
Do I see anything that would be able to would stick into the? So I spent a lot of days in the woods, and I like to put a big old tent up because I'm pretty big, and there's these things you put in the ground that keep your tent.
Yeah.
Would that work? Does anybody have anything like that?
Like a stake or a pitten?
Yeah. Pitting. That's the word.
If I look on the inside of this doorway, is there like a lever there to close the door?
Roll a perception check, looking specifically for a lever.
26.
As you look around, you find that there is, in fact, more of a almost like a button mechanism that is back near. And as you look and inspect, you see that where the stone was perched, it looks like that wasn't the original purpose of this room. There is actually very worn down and almost covered in webbing and dirt and grime, what looks to be a stone seat or throne that was carved into the stone itself. As you look, you see that this actually looks of dwarven make. Something that has been repurposed, however, to house this whatever this obelisk type of tomb was here. And in the crevice behind the throne is where you find the button that you push, and the doors seal shut. Morthos, your hand releases.
Oh, that feels wonderful.
Does Kildrick know that this looks like a dwarven place, and would he recognize it?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay, well, 18 plus... Perception's really high, I think.
You have advantage, I think. Aren't you a dwarf?
Yeah. So that's an unnatural 20.
So, as you now actually begin to take in the room, the sharp angles in the room, kind of the vaulted ceiling, and in particular in the raised dais, is unmistakably dwarven. There are no signs of which clan did this or why this was done. It looks to you almost like a retreat, like something that would have been crafted and made to be able to get away and have a safe, defensible refuge. And this room in particular is the most well crafted.
Hey, this is all looking pretty familiar to me. It's been a while since I've seen dwarven architecture, but this is definitely it.
Well, I found a button. I found a button and I pressed it.
Can you guys open
job.
this door?
Can you press it again?
I pressed the button
What the hell happened here?
A lot of stuff, man.
A lot of stuff. I'd say, hey, Gofek, let's go check out your buddy. And because I was the one that knocked off his.
Yeah.
And I want to look for them.
And you see that much like Gofek's mom, the body is essentially comatose. Don't you snicker.
I'm just picturing, go fix, mom, it's got it going.
Fountains of Wayne.
You're such a bard.
This is great.
Essentially comatose. And though it's only been several minutes, you see that the pronounced teeth and the horns, the eyes, which are open, there is some sort of a degeneration going on, some sort of a metamorphosis that was also happening with Borak.
So I want to take out my water and give him just some like regular water to kind of.
Okay, yep.
Ease
You
the-
pour it into the creature's mouth,
Yeah.
and it kind of trickles in and just falls out. It's
It's not.
not
Yeah.
responsive.
Do I?
Gofek bends over and says, this was Merrick. Merrick disappeared weeks ago. Huh. Well, he's a lucky one.
What do you mean, disappeared? Was he? Is he a hunter? Is he supposed to go out and come back?
He was out, never came back.
You guys didn't think that was weird?
It happens sometimes when you run across opportunities.
What does that mean?
Wagons, traders,
Okay.
sometimes they fight back.
And you don't send out your hunters in twos, just solo acts.
Well, no, it was Merrick and it was Birch.
Is that Birch?
Was Birch.
Sorry, we couldn't save him. I want to look around this one and just see if there's his horn or any other, I don't know, potions or things.
So you're
laying
just doing
around.
a general
yeah,
search of the
General
proximity.
health potion check.
general health potion.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Well, that's nice.
It's gonna be an 18.
And in fact, on Birch's body, you do find a minor potion of healing. Thank you to the chat.
Yes, thank you. Anything else I see in the general area?
So
This
they
is
had
at the door.
they had two axes,
Okay.
which are orcish axes, to the degree that you have any value for those. Sorg's body is gone, and there is nothing at all on this demonic corpse. So in this room here, in the kind of throne chamber, that's really the extent of it.
Okay.
When the door opens, Wolfram's gonna look out and then remember that there's a giant crevice in the ground that creatures were coming out of. And who's closest to him right now? Whoever's closest to him, he's gonna grab their cloth and walk over to the edge of the crevice and look down to see
Here?
if... Yep.
Okay.
Come with me, just in case.
Careful, Wolfram.
Right.
And so I'll look down to see if threats are gone. 22.
22. You look down and you see what look to be large larvae. Not small, like maggots, but large, what almost look to be writhing and moving loaves of bread. About 60 feet down.
I'm on a no carb diet. So.
And they are primarily centered on what just at the edge of your dark vision appears to be a corpse. That is half eaten, half decomposed, in the midst of several other bones, skeletons, which are picked clean.
I don't see any other creatures down there.
Nothing as large as what you fought. It looks like you took out all of the adult carrion crawlers.
So for giggles,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the closest little bread loaf I can see. And see what happens.
Right, roll attack.
I love it.
16. It blew up. It's just gone.
Explodes.
All right.
That's great.
I'm gonna do all as many as I can see.
You just.
Donald Duck over here.
They're gone.
Okay.
And he can't tell what the, I mean,
The half-eaten dude
the
is?
half-eaten thing is.
And then I will,
Send your raven down.
yeah, Nevermore's gonna go down there and check things out stealthily.
Roll stealth.
Instantly snake onto the wall.
Joke's on you. The whole thing's a mouth.
16.
16.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
That was an interesting
When he
reaction.
comes back, if he is able to come back.
So he flies down and roll perception check.
And
What
we're
did
back
you
in
just
battle. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, if you give Matt that look, I'm
21.
nervous.
21. So the first thing that Nevermore notices, which is really kind of what you directed him to spy out, is the body. And it is, in fact, at least as best you can tell, Sorg.
Oh.
Oh.
The OG.
There is another, at the base here of this crevice, there looks to be another smaller entrance that goes deeper down and in.
We should rest up and then go check it out.
But the pile of these bones all seem to kind of rest here. And
Is there anything
you
edible
rolled,
on
you rolled a
Sword?
16, you said?
No. 21.
21. Okay. What did you just ask?
Is there anything edible on Sword?
I mean, his flesh.
Yeah, for a raven.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has been eaten and pecked
By
at
bread loaves.
by. Yeah.
What kind of bread? Sourdough, rye, pumpernickel.
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 That's
I
what
like
pumpernickel
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Are there still adult grubs up there? Adult insects?
The corpses of them, yeah, they're all obviously dead.
Slimy.
Can I check to see if like its head would make like a good mask,
Oh.
like a death mask? Or is it
So
They're a
as
weird
you
party.
inspect them, you see that the chitinous shell could probably be appropriated. Its carapace could probably be appropriated for some sort of armor, but the face itself is primarily cartilage, fleshy. It's not bony.
okay?
You don't quite know how it might tan or be preserved. You could certainly emulate it with a mask, but to use that as a mask itself, apart from someone who knows how to tan something like a leather worker, or knows how to preserve the flesh of something like a taxidermist, you're not quite sure. You don't have the knowledge for that.
Can I hack off a piece of its like?
I don't know what to do with this, but I want it.
I just want to wear it. Can I just hack off?
Roll a medicine check.
All right. Just want to wear it. I'm good.
I hope you roll well.
Ooh, I did.
Oh, what are you guys doing?
Hit of Electro over here.
Seriously.
It is 17.
So as you cut, you are able to cut whatever it is you were trying to get, and having been attacked by these creatures and resisting its paralysis effect, you also sense that I think I might be able to harvest some of this venom if I really tried.
Do you have a phallic necklace or something that you hang around your neck?
It's giant.
You just everything you kill, you just put there.
I
I'm gonna be the predator.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add like pieces of whatever.
Oh
I
my
kill.
goodness, that's great.
Character writing as we.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Need a trophy.
Is anybody knowledgeable with poison?
Does that have to do with alchemy?
This would be more of a poisoner's kit type
I
of
might
proficiency.
be able to handle or help you with that.
I want to see if we can extract the venom from this.
Sure, why not? Let's try it.
Okay, are each of you trying to get individually, or is one of you helping the other with your medicine
I'll
check?
help him.
Okay,
So you get
medicine check.
15.
15. Between all of the 3 bodies, you are able to gather from the corpses of the carrion crawlers enough venom that you think could be distilled down to apply to essentially have 2 uses in situations. You would need to go through a distilling process to really increase the potency of the venom, but once done, you'd be able to apply it to a blade or an arrow or something like that.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Nevermore doesn't sense anything down there right now. It's gonna come back up and we're gonna merge, and then I'm gonna fly down
Okay, you fly down,
there.
and it is it
He's dead.
goes down to
Where'd he go?
a short, but then it kind of widens back up.
Okay.
And as you get down there and look, you get the sense that the carrion probably burrow back in this way. You don't see anything down there presently.
And the opening is like it keeps going like
So
a cave.
it goes
opening?
down,
Yeah.
and then at the bottom of that, there's
there's
like
another
another opening that where the carrion kind of, like I said, where you kind of get the sense that they go into. It doesn't look like this is necessarily an intentional man-made thing. It's either burrowed or was naturally there.
I would inspect sword.
Okay,
Or any
roll
evidence of what
an
happened.
investigation check.
Roll well.
Come on.
Hey. 19.
So you find no staff, which the other Sorg had. Nothing that necessarily is unique in terms of magical components, with the exception of a small pouch that's there. There's a couple of spell components that are there, which are not particularly useful to you. It's things like caterpillars and mothballs and wax and bark and some beehive husk and things like that.
Okay.
And however, in the midst of those material components, there is a small potion that has muddy liquid that when you kind of shake, when it's agitated, it shows a fish scale and then a small, what looks like a tongue. And then there's some fur floating in it and a small claw floating around. All kind of in the mix of this muddy liquid. And next to it, there's a small glowing stone engraved with a skull-like rune that is encased, kind of framed in a square.
Okay. Encased in like a metal square? Or
No,
something?
no, I mean, the rune itself it's kind of like a skull-like, stylized skull-like rune with a square outline to it.
Okay. Is it giving off a
There's a faint yellow glow.
I mean like for a magic
Yes, it
school?
is. Both of them are giving off. Oh, the school,
Yeah.
necromancy.
Yikes.
Okay.
So he was dabbling.
Nevermore, we are going to grab both, and if we feel any kind of connection to it, if it feels like it's trying to take us over, he might think about dropping. So maybe I can
Might
insight
think
this
about it.
situation.
I'm not sure yet.
It's a tough choice.
Depends on
So
how it feels, you know.
the
I do know.
I need you to roll a Arcana check.
Okay. I'm
Arcane.
gonna get cursed.
Again.
Here it is.
Can't leave well enough alone.
10.
10.
Cursed.
You don't sense anything.
Instantly.
Alright, we're taking it up.
Alright.
And then we'll split, and I'll put it in my average shack. If
Okay.
I'm able to.
All right. Are you going to take time to identify it, or?
I will.
No.
Tonight.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So you have those 2 items.
Sweet. I think.
Anyone else doing anything, or conversations
No.
that you wish to have?
I think we can't push. It's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
It is nighttime. Night has, by this time, as the hours have ticked by, you came here, got here around 5 p.m. It is the 25th of Flame Rule, so you're at the end of July, and you're now in the evening of that day.
I do not know about you, but I could use some sleep.
Yeah, I think we need
We're
to
getting
bed
tired.
down in here. This room seems the most well protected. Can anyone start a fire, maybe, just to keep us warm and
Yep.
for those of us that can't see in the dark?
First I'll look up to see if there's a smoke escape, so we don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
In this
I'll be fine.
robust dwarvish construction,
I know.
naturally they know how to vent out
Perfect.
flames and fire.
We dwarves
there-
would plan ahead for that.
Well, not everywhere in the Underdark
is there anything
can
that
you
I-
light a fire.
That's very true.
Is there any kindling or anything around, like something dry?
Outside there were woods. You want to go
We
out?
could use Gofix friends to start it.
I'm
I'm just saying.
It's a little insensitive.
They could serve some use.
I just go.
Actually, it's kind of a good idea.
Oh, are you okay with that?
I mean, what else are we gonna do with them? I was just gonna dump them down the pit, like we did with the carrion crawlers. Us orcs have no love lost for the weak.
Okay.
You do not honor your dead.
They're
We
dead.
could- listen, we
Why do they
cremate
need
them
honoring?
by honoring them, and we
I
get a fire
agree.
out of it.
All right,
To
well,
kick
if
him
he's
down
good with
a
it,
hole.
and then I just bring
That's
it
just
into the middle of the
shameful.
room.
I will say that they don't smell very good when they burn. So
You don't smell good when you're alive either.
So,
I was serious.
so
See the look on my
So
face.
you tell us what you want to do with the
You
dead.
stink.
You want to throw them in the pit? You want to light them on fire?
he's already thrown the carrion crawlers in the pit.
Okay, so I
So-
pick up the other dead ones and throw them in the pit, and then I look for kindling to light a fire.
You can find that
outside,
easily enough
yeah.
outside.
Perfect.
And I grab Yahoo by his
Yahoo.
by his shirt again and
Stop grabbing me.
start dragging him.
Oh, sorry, come with me. I have to do
I
a ritual.
resist. I resist his pulling.
No, fine.
I just stand there.
Does anyone need to go outside for
Take me out.
anything?
I will
I
stand
literally
guard.
just said I have to go outside for kindling.
I'm an old man.
I'll-
Leave me alone.
I want to talk to you anyway. I'll go with you. Let's go. He's,
Wait, you're going outside?
he's getting
I
kindling.
was gonna get some kindling,
Was
start a
that-
fire,
was that gonna
because
be
I can
with
go
you?
like this, far.
Okay, all right.
Sure, crap.
Did it bring me with you?
No.
Well, I'm just going to protect the door, so I'm gonna set up a guard. It's going to make noise for us if anything comes through here, except for us. Okay?
Okay.
Just be ready for it.
Okay.
So you cast the alarm spell on the door.
So I have to perform it as a ritual, and I'll do it on you can go through. It's fine.
Well, I was gonna.
The entryway.
So you put it on the entrance here.
Okay.
That's
do you,
right.
Do you go into the water as well?
I would.
You better.
I would utilize the maximum 20-foot space that the spell can take up. 20-foot cube. I don't
Okay,
know
so
if I have
it's-
to be in it.
I,
It would be airspace, I'm sure.
okay, so we'll say it's through there.
Okay. So,
I don't know if I've cast it yet, but I walk over there and you come with me.
yeah,
Sweet.
I'm with you.
I see a stick here, Yanni.
Oh, I got it.
It's tiny though.
And then
Sorry.
it's like this is too small, and I go over to a tree branch and just break the whole the whole limb off. Snap.
That's a whole
Snap.
tree.
That might be a little bit damp to burn.
Oh, I just don't care. I just wanted to show off my muscles.
You know Sol is not watching.
Oh, never mind then.
No.
So I'll do the ritual from outside.
Okay.
Actually.
Ritual is accomplished after 10 minutes.
And while we're walking back, I want to put my arm around him and, hey, I want to talk to you for a minute. Can we walk over? You know, stay at the mouth of the throne room, essentially away from the others.
I'd like to insight him.
Go for it.
The insight would be to determine his nefarious or innocent intentions. 20.
Do I have to roll something against that?
Are you trying to be deceptive?
No.
He just wants to talk.
Okay. And so I look at Nevermore with my brow furrowed, and then I look the other way on my other shoulder and raise my brows. And I say, "Oh,
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Great fight out there. You saved me from the slime bug.
I tried. You have value as a person thing, and you're pretty integral to I think what we have to do here. I'm not. This is gonna be weird. Just trying to preface this.
Wolfram starts spinning his ring.
Right. And it's actually kind of about that. I have a hard time with relationships and
Whoa.
not that
Eli.
relationship.
I'm not like that.
Not like that.
I was once in a relationship, not with a man.
And I see.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, yeah. I mean, whatever. You know, everyone to each their own,
Okay.
right?
All right.
Just I wanted to. This is gonna be blunt. You have a ring. It's clearly a woman's ring. You twist it all the time when you're anxious or nervous. Did she die? Did she leave you? Who's Annabelle?
What? How do you know her?
You-
Did you take her?
No.
I didn't think so.
Well played.
Were you reading my book?
No.
Okay. Then, how?
When you died and came back to life, you screamed Annabelle, and I kind of put.
Involuntary. Can't
Yeah.
count it against me.
I'm not, but you know, I'm putting two and two together here. Who was she?
Annabelle was the love of my life. She was. And
Okay.
then she disappeared. This was my. More than 20 years ago. Maybe more. I lost track of time. Time is meaningless anyway.
I agree.
Ah, yes. I have heard your stories. From a distance. Who did you love?
I had a wife. Lost her about 60 years ago. Well, my kids have kids. Yeah, about 60 years now.
Oh, you have children.
And grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't go back and see them though. I can't know that their father is still alive.
Well, you would be younger than them, probably.
I'm
yes.
I'm younger than some of my grandkids.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, well, since we're sharing, this was a ring that I bought for Annabelle. I was going to ask her to marry me. But she was taken. She disappeared. It's what sent me on this quest in the first place.
What do you mean? Like someone came in and took her, or just she's there 1 minute and gone the next?
Well, she didn't just go invisible. I just didn't know where she was anymore.
You have the world's greatest perception and you didn't know where she was?
A man has to sleep.
Okay.
She was gone.
Have you... Here's the thing I suck at, so... How does that make you feel?
Listen.
Have you gotten over that yet?
This was a long, long time ago. I have dealt with it.
How?
Listen. If we really want to get into this, I have lost a lot in my life. Although it's only been 70 or so years, not multiple hundred like you, my original pack growing up, as you know, I am a shifter.
I did not know that.
Oh, well, we are a race that is around. We tend to keep to ourselves. And so I'm not an elf. These ears, they are a little pointy, but I'm not an elf. I'm a shifter. And I grew up in a pack, and we were separated. We can talk about that another time. And then I tried to start my family.
With Annabelle.
For years we were together, fell in love, and she disappeared. Another lost love. And so I went to find her. And, well, ended up heading towards the Underdark. Have you ever been?
No.
No. Well, it's dark there. Let me promise
It's
you
in
that.
the name, yeah.
But I did not find her. Never found her. I found someone else, though. I am a warlock, if I have not mentioned this.
That I
I
gathered.
practice the art of warlocking. I've never really hung out with other warlocks, so I don't know how you say it. But, Nevermore here, and Nevermore makes a little raven noise. Yeah. Yes, exactly. He led me to she who I made a pact with, and she dealt with me internally, in my mind. I was lost, like by the wayside.
Yeah.
At the point of, well, you know, when you lose the love of your life.
Yeah, you go through a
And
range
now
of
you don't
emotions.
know what happened.
Right.
I was lost. I don't know if I'm found now, but I'm better. And then I have spent the past, well, besides the past few years, the past 20 years in the darkness with shadow elves. Have you ever met one of those?
No.
They're fun.
What the hell's a shadow
I
elf?
promise you that.
Is it like a drow?
Well, you know, no.
Alright.
All right. Well, they are technically from another plane, which we've been dealing with in this journey, yes. But they were sent to help me learn how to be a warlock and really be set on the path that I'm on, which is why I found you guys. So anyway, I was forced to leave them as well. Like I said, I have lost a lot. And now, I keep this on my finger in memory of her to remind me that no matter what happens, the impact is not going to defeat me. That I will move on and find my new pack and find my new family, which hopefully will be happening very soon, because he was getting lonely just writing and 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 writing.
Understood.
Writing
Yep,
and
yep,
writing.
I thought it was called an unkindness. Huh!
Oh, well, you overheard me? Why are you listening?
You're out here in the open while I'm gathering
Oh, crap.
bundles of sticks.
Oh, crap. Well, the wolf pack was a pack, and then now I'm seeking an unkindness as Wolfram, or I'm Wolfram. As Nevermore has taught me. That's right. That's my story. That's what this is.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have anything that you keep to remember your lost love?
And he unbuttons the top button of his cloak thing, and you see a chain, and he pulls the chain out, and at the base of the chain is his wedding ring on that.
Whoa!
And he just goes, and then he puts it back into his shirt.
We are like kindred spirits.
Yeah. You've been very helpful so far. And I thank you for helping me find those letters.
Oh, they were for you.
Well, and with the help of our bard, we've been able to decipher them, and I'm a little worried that we have an inside look into what's being planned, and we're seeing some of it come to fruition in front of us.
Yes, very much so.
And but these letters also give us a direction to go,
Okay.
and I think we need to rest up and go immediately. And this conversation we were having, again, I'm bad at these things. I'm trying to show you that I care. One, that's point number one. Did we get that across?
I think we are closer than we ever have been.
Agreed. So point one, we got that. Two,
Great work.
yeah. Two, let you in on what we're trying to do and see if we're aligned. And I think we are. There's
Are you threatening me?
no.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
All right, we should just rest up.
So you're saying I was talking to Morthos recently about going back to Waterdeep, where it's more comfortable. We can work together more. But you're saying that is not the path.
I don't think that's the path right now.
Okay. Well, the mission comes first. But I am feeling rather tired, as you said this. Yeah. I did get blasted a few times.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're looking pretty rough.
Thank you.
As they're talking, I just come through with like the most enormous bundle of sticks. Oh, excuse me, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Stick down.
Yeah. Well, there's our fire. Why don't we get in there and sleep?
Okay, alright.
And I give him a playful tap on the ass as we walk away.
Yanni?
No.
I was hoping.
Wolfram.
As soon as
And I hear him do that, and I just pause and wait.
as soon as
Where's
as soon as his hand connects, I morph into Nevermore and fly away.
All right.
Woo!
Kildrick, Yaga, Morthos, anything you guys were doing at this
Kildrick's
time?
fast asleep already on the corner.
All right. Yaga, Morthos.
Yeah. He has Yanni's water bottle
I would
tucked
just be
in.
waiting
Don't
for
have
them to
that.
come back.
Okay.
Because
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting in the room. I've never seen the room, so I'm just taking it in.
Yep.
And I want to, as I walk in, I just want to flick Yaga a ring.
it bounces off my chest.
No, you catch that. You catch that and wear it.
Why would I wear your ring?
It's not my ring. It's Hold's ring.
Who's Hold?
You don't know him, but he was a very important
Wait,
member of
I
this
do
team.
know Hold. Rewind. I
Okay.
know everything about you guys.
Okay, so we'll play it again. It's not my ring. It's Hold's ring.
What does it do?
I believe when we bought it, if you attune to it, it can attune to a weapon and help you kind of throw it and call it back. I've noticed you have no ranged attack whatsoever.
Do you see how long my sword is? It is huge.
Yeah, but if I just stood 10 feet away, you couldn't hit me.
But I would just walk up to you.
Okay? There's that.
Are you suggesting I throw my sword?
It would come back to you if you attune to it.
Why would I throw my sword?
Listen, you can do what you want with it. This is kind of a peace offering. I know.
I accept your peace offering.
That was easy.
And I bow.
And I don't know what to do with my hands, and I bow as well. And like, okay, good night.
Eli,
Yes.
should I stand guard?
Yeah. We're gonna. I would assume we would take turns so everyone can rest. But if you want to take first watch.
I will.
Oh, okay. Good. You are dutiful. Not beautiful. Dutiful.
I heard you.
Okay, good.
Do you often repeat yourself?
Sometimes when I thought I said the wrong word.
Is that whiskey I smell on your breath?
It's mine.
Oh.
It's Kildrick's.
Why would you ask?
And I go outside the room and take my first
Take a watch. Any other conversations?
Well, I will be attuning to that ring while I'm on.
Yeah. So you take an hour and you kind of look it over, consider what he said, think about it. Think that there could be situations where this might be useful.
This could be helpful, I say in my head.
And so you take the time to kind of attune the ring to your sword.
I also like pantomime throwing the weapon, like how it would work.
Yep.
'Cause it's so huge.
And so you you take some time.
Like, is it weighed correctly to like throw its sidearm? Do I launch it?
All right. And the
would-
rest of you all.
I would be at first. I would inspect these things that I collected.
Yes. So as you identify them,
Yes, I have. Yes, I would like to identify.
the first is a potion of animal friendship.
Oh,
Hand this to Yaga.
And so you
that's the
can
sturgeons.
drink that, and it will be as if you have cast the spell,
Cool.
which is certainly useful in certain situations. The second is a death stone.
Oh boy.
And despite its foreboding name, this is a spell, a stone that allows the limited use 3 times of the Speak with Dead spell. Once it has been used for the 3rd time, it goes inert and loses its magical abilities.
Does it seem to have been used before, or do I not know this?
You, in identifying it, you don't know how many charges, so to speak, it originally had, but it has 3 left.
Oh, okay. Great. Super useful.
All right.
Before we wrap up to go to sleep, everybody sort of hears Kildrick in his sleep, just saying, "Daddy, why are you kicking me out? You don't love me." And then Yanni's, I wanted to set that up for later. Everybody knows that he's having a nightmare.
Yep. You hear this all clearly?
I don't want to kiss a minotaur.
Worse than that one.
So you now go to sleep.
I would like to do one more ritual. Find familiar. That's all.
Okay. It takes you an hour to do that. So you bring back. You have the incense to do that.
Yes.
Okay. So mark off the incense cost. And you take your rest. Yaga, about 2 hours into your watch, Sola comes and relieves you, having taken the time that she needs to rest herself. She is fully rested and bids you go take your rest. As the evening moves towards morning, Eli, you have the same dream that you have been having night after night, except this time it's slightly different. As you go through the avalanche in the north and the storm in the east and the tidal wave in the west and the shadows to the south and all around, the dragons that seem to be everywhere, the astral plane above and the hells and abyss below, as this maelstrom of activity converges on Waterdeep, and you're on the mountain looking at this, for the first time you sense a presence next to you. And in every other dream, you've just had your gaze fixed intently on Waterdeep as the encroaching storm collapses around it, around the Temple of Light and the the temple of Selune. And this time, as you look and watch, there is a pause. And everything stops. And there is a voice behind you. So, I have given you sight. What do you think of the chaos before you?
He's not going to turn around yet. Is there light emanating?
As you hear the voice, you see the temple of Selune in particular kind of reverberate with light. As the voice speaks, it almost glows a bit brighter.
Okay. Ask your question again. What do you think? I think this is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
That's the proper reaction.
What can we do?
Well, you can fight. You can seek out the light and stop it. Turn your gaze in a direction.
He's gonna look north.
As you look north and you focus your concentration to the north, you see that the avalanche begins to subside. As that happens, the other directions increase in their magnitude, but the north begins to recede.
Okay.
As you turn your gaze in a different direction, the same thing happens. You look to the east and the storm begins to subside, but the others increase. So you see, you have an effect. It is your choice, of course, which way you go. There's a silence. And then another voice speaks up. Of course, if you're going to go anywhere, you might as well start with the spire. And as this voice speaks, the Temple of Light of Palor begins to reverberate. You're close. Makes sense for you to simply traverse the Mere and head there. Does it not?
And he just shakes his head and he's looking down. He doesn't want to...
Ah. I sense some... Is that contrition, Eli?
Again, he's not looking and he's just shaking. And he now gets down on a knee. Bows his head.
Well, I appreciate that. Says nothing more.
Well, thank you for the vision. I thought it was a nightmare and looks like it was more than that. We will head north.
It is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It is awful. Terrible.
Yeah.
There are forces aligned against us. The light must shine through. The darkness must not overcome it. And you all are warriors of light. Some more so than others. Some who run from their destiny. Some who are ignorant and oblivious to it. Some who are tempted by the darkness and drawn as if pulled. Eli, you must galvanize them.
we will be your light bearers. And you've given us a vision and you've given us a chance. And we're going to take it. I promise you that.
You have a gift. Some would call it a curse. There's silence. Yes, I have allowed this. For it will serve us. What the enemy intends for evil, we will bring to good. Choose well who you will serve. And instead of the vision ending in darkness as it has, the dual lights of the Temple of Selune and the Temple of Pelor emit brightness and wash over the darkness and cover your entire view of the world with bright light. And you wake up. It is the middle of the night. Everyone else around you is asleep. But you are awake.
I'm gonna gather my book, gather my alchemy bowl specifically, and I'm gonna go. Is Sola still on watch duty?
She is. She seems to be in almost some sort of a trance, but she is focused and her eyes staring intently at the door. She pays you no heed as you...
I'm gonna walk past her and get near the water, and I'm going to take my book out and dip the quill into my palm to write, and I'm going to be muttering a prayer, basically, and he's going to say, Pelor, I'm going to do something I haven't done in over 150 years. I know you've been hearing my prayers, and I thank you for that. But you love a radiant offering as well, and let this written prayer act as one. I haven't done this in such a long time. So he rips a page out and he starts writing his prayer in order to light it aflame. And he starts in with this dream I've been having. It's occurred every night. I can't stop thinking about it. It haunts me. I see it when I sleep. I daydream about it. It has infected every nook and cranny of my brain. And the dream, it's always the same, except for tonight. There's that avalanche from the north and the tidal wave from the west, the malicious storm to the east, the dragons in the shadow in every direction. And that fiendish progression now from below that we've seen. But you've given me hope. I also don't believe that this is just a nightmare anymore. It's been too consistent. It's a vision. You've confirmed that. You and Selune have confirmed that. And this is a vision of what might be. It doesn't have to be. That's what you said tonight. If we can be your light bearer and just act, we can push this darkness back. This team we put together is woefully underprepared, though. We have no idea what's coming. You've been giving us glimpses, and now I think we need to act. I have never seen anything like this before. I've never faced anything like this, and I know none of them have. And I feel like I'm in a position of leadership, and I need to guide or direct, and I suck at that. I am not a leader. You know, the 2 times I was in leadership, I've died. One time in a mess hall, I choked on an apple, and the other time I was thrown off an 8-story tower. Why did you pick me? But if this is the position you've called me to, then it's my duty to serve and to try to serve well. I can't do this without you. I ask for wisdom, your wisdom that passes all understanding. Please, please allow me to have it. I ask for strength and courage in the face of this ever-present darkness. It's growing in rank and number, but we can fight it back with your help. I pray that you protect and shield our team from the fiery arrows of the enemy, those that are physical and seen, and those arrows that are unseen, still very real. Give us fortitude and backbone to do what's right, always. Don't let us compromise. And now, Paylor, I understand that what I thought was a curse is actually a gift. That you've been with me from the start. You've been guiding all of our paths across that very first time in Waterdeep and then in the cave. You've been protecting us all along the way. You were there. You were always there. We've suffered deep pain and we lost many members, but we did not lose the fight. Your light was present, and I thank you. You protected me from the beginning as well. You knew me before I was born, and you've guided my path. I should have been dead 10 times over. I didn't even know what I was until about 3 months ago. Thank you. Give us wisdom and strength, and let your guiding light guide us. Amen. So he finishes writing, he rips the pages out of the book, and he folds it in half, and he folds it in half again, and he lays it in his bronze bowl. He draws his sword, runs it against his left hand, and ignites it with the holy radiance, and he takes his hand over the bowl and he drips his blood onto the paper for a burnt offering. And he puts the tip of his broken sword to the paper, and it catches flame, and it ignites. And he sees the pages smolder and smoke. Eventually it turns to ash, being consumed by the blade. And the smoke billows from the ash, and it kind of seems to circle around him. It lingers a lot longer than normal smoke would. And it begins to sparkle and glow a little bit, actually, with the same radiance as his sword. And then in a flash, the smoke that's radiant rushes into his mouth and his nose, and it flows into his lungs. Eli falls right down to the ground, on his hands and knees, but he does not look to be in pain. It's more like he's actually falling into a prayerful position. And he stays in that position for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And then he gets to his knees and he raises his hands from off the ground and he lifts them skyward, and slowly he picks his head up and points that upwards as well, northward. And his eyes are radiant now too, along with the cut on his left hand, and there's a slight smile on his face, knowing that his prayer has been received to Paylor. And he opens his mouth and the radiant smoke billows out and it rockets around the camp, circling everyone before it rushes out of the tomb we're in. His eyes return to their normal hue. The glow from his hand softens. The wound is now completely healed. And he stays kneeling on the ground, bows his head one more time. And he gets up and he walks back past Sola with this wry smile on his face and a look of determination. And he goes back to sleep and does not have the dream. And he says thank you one more time to himself.
Well done. Awesome. Yay, Eli.
Sweet.
And at this point, we're going to do our first giveaway.
Right now, Eli's a smoke monster.
Yeah.
Smoke monster.
Hashtag
Smoke monster. Well, tonight we have at least 2 giveaways. We're going to give away right now this cool skeleton mini and this vampire spawn. A little later tonight, we will give away this cleric of Zon Kuthon and the Carrion Tribe Barbarian. If we get 3,000 bits tonight, we'll also give away this sweet black dragon. And so right now we are going to give away the skeleton and vampire. And so if you would like to be a part of that, type in !dreams. !dreams. And we will randomly choose a winner from the chat, and then we will send this out to you after you get us your information. You can private message us that information. So the skeleton and the vampire, type in !dreams if you would like to be a part of that tonight. So, !dreams.
Count it.
She's
Who,
in.
who am I to disagree? You know? That's all I gotta say.
Searching for something on that.
All right. So
Great
as
song.
So
It
good.
is.
sweet dreams are made
Made
of
of these. Who am I
Oh
to
my
disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
Wait, no, Marilyn Manson version?
No, we're not all stars in the dope show, all right? Come on.
All right. So moving on. Moving on.
Oh, man.
We
We're
are.
so sorry.
We're all the bards tonight.
I had
Yeah.
fun with
There's,
it.
We're such dorks.
We're putting
Okay.
the bourbon
That's
away.
okay.
No, we're not.
Keep it going.
So !dreams if you would like to enter the contest to win the skeleton and the vampire spawn. !dreams. Now, as you wake up the next day, you guys are fully rested, back to full health. You gather your wits, and Gofek kind of looks at you all and says, I'm going back to get my mom. I'll take Merrick with me.
Then what?
I don't know. Guess we'll rebuild. We'll figure out. I don't know. Mom's the brains. She'll know what to do. Hopefully she's better by now.
Little bit of information you may want to know before you go to rebuild. I don't know if this affects you at all. And I pull out the scraps that Wolfram helped me find, and that I forgot your name, Kildrick, helped me in Minotaur, helped me read. And basically I tell him that the Many Arrows tribe is being talked to by the same people that did this to your tribe. And they are trying to broker a deal. And do you know who Obald is?
Everyone knows Obald. King Obald.
Oh my God.
Well, he is missing.
What do you mean missing?
The letter says his absence makes reasoning with them impossible.
Of course. Nothing happens without Obald say so.
Why would he be missing?
I don't know.
So, my question to you, a couple people from your tribe went missing and then turned up like this. Do you think it's a coincidence?
That would be very bad.
It would be terrible. The Many Arrows tribe is huge.
It is.
And if they were on the wrong side and they were turned and they didn't even know it, can you imagine what an army of Tanaruk would do?
That would be terrible. Devastating. That is beyond even the violence I can comprehend. Tanaruk are, well, you saw them, beasts, monsters.
Right.
Oh, he's going.
So, with that in mind, what was that?
I said he gets it.
Yeah. With that in mind, what are you gonna do?
Run! If this is happening with the Many Arrows, we're not safe there. What could we do against this infestation?
you can, one, know about it, and knowing is half the battle. Two,
That's what Momo always says.
true.
Just lost XP for that.
It's fine. Information is important. If you could actually go back and gather information, find out important orcs' comings and goings, do they change in personality or the way they talk? Is something off? And you could find a way to pass that information along to us. We might be able to help.
Are you headed north?
I would love to. I would love to head north through the Mare Deadman to Icespire. There's a dragon there.
Why are you going to face a dragon?
I don't know. I had a dream.
You people are fools. You have death wish.
Yeah. But if you run, you can do nothing about what's potentially coming. If you infiltrate, you stand a chance.
If we run, we survive.
You don't survive. That sweeps down from the north and kills everything. You prolong the inevitable.
Roll persuasion.
Excuse me.
10.
I need to talk to Mom.
Go for it. But know this. That's what I want you to know. That's information. That can help you make a better decision.
She will know what to do.
So what happens if you get back to camp and the mom's not back to her pleasant self?
Well, let's go and find out.
And he just starts walking back.
Is his friend healthy enough to walk? Can
He
walk
is
him?
not.
Well,
Should we bring him or?
Although he is. Let's see how quickly he healed. Nope, he's not. He is not comatose, like he is responding now to. The horns are pretty much entirely receded back into his head, and his body bears most of the physical resemblance of an orc now. It's just that in terms of his mental responsiveness, he's just kind of groggy, like he's really badly hungover.
okay. Well, he's going back. Should we walk his buddy back and make sure he gets there and we can decide where we're going to go from there?
I think we owe him at least that.
Okay.
He did help us out a lot.
He did.
And so you guys make your way back, and as you are going, Wolfram,
Yes.
you notice a shadow flying overhead. And with your passive perception, you look up, and barely visible against the clouds, you see what looks to be a white dragon circling overhead,
Like, way up there?
way up there, having flown down off of the peaks of the Sword Mountains.
A white dragon? Do I know anything about dragons?
You know they're very dangerous.
Okay.
You've never seen one, you've only heard tell of them.
It's circling above us?
In the general vicinity of the mountain itself, you're still very near the base of the mountain, you're kind of heading off. So you get the sense that it hasn't caught sight of you, but it's not far away.
Okay. Wolfram slowly grabs Yoo-Hoo's shirt
Why are you so grabby?
and attempts to pull him to the side, off the path, and he said,
Psst. There's a dragon.
Dragon?
Yeah. A big dragon.
Once.
Let's kill it.
Can you see it? What? It's beautiful.
It might be better for us to pretend like we didn't see it, to see what it does.
No. Get in the woods and hide.
It surely sees
Oh,
us.
dragons.
It's circling. Ravens like to circle and then they dive.
You should get in the woods real quick.
To get into the woods and hide.
Yeah.
You cannot
Don't you think it sees us already? It's a dragon.
I don't know.
It'll be harder to see us in the woods.
So,
Morthos is gonna go in the woods and make us and hide.
yeah, I will be stealth.
Okay, everyone make a stealth check and someone roll for Sola. Are you hiding, Jaga?
I didn't feel that.
No.
I don't feel the need to hide
No,
either.
I'm not gonna hide.
Okay.
It knows we were there. I feel like.
I'm not hiding either.
Yanni's not hiding either?
Ass.
I'm not.
Right before I stealth.
You stubborn ass.
We got this, buddy.
Did anyone roll solo?
I did. She got a 9 plus
I
whatever.
hate dragons.
Well, you know what? Let's just
Okay.
pretend you
And they
didn't
will
roll for
die.
someone.
Kildrick?
By our hammers
21.
and swords.
21?
So she probably got like a set.
I knew there was someone else in
17.
this
Wolfram?
group with balls.
14.
14? Okay. Morthos?
28.
28.
19.
So as several of your party members hide in the woods, 2 of them hide without hiding, standing out very clearly, and one trying to hide and not hiding very well.
Wait, who didn't hide?
You who?
You two.
Are they by?
We did
Are
not.
they by
Okay.
each other by
I thought
chance?
someone failed.
I would have pushed Sola into the woods though and made her hide.
Are they next to each other?
Instant, just one kill.
Well, I'll show you where you are. As you all kind of
Love
hid
it.
around in the surrounding foliage, you have
Look at that booty.
Jaga and Yanni, which are just kind of there looking up. Roll for Zeus as well, please.
That's right.
Roll well.
Great.
Or an half.
Okay. Poor Zeus.
There goes
Does
our
it just
dog.
cover his head
Zeus
with
has
his paws?
3.
Zeus ruined it anyway,
It sure
so I don't
does.
feel bad about it.
I
What was
say
that?
dragon. He starts barking and howling as much as he can.
Dragon.
Great Scott, a dragon!
Oh, we should get the hell out of here.
Bully! As you look up, you do see the dragon circle and then begin to dive directly towards
Oh, my
Yanni and Jaga. And as you watch
Let
it
it
come
happen.
down, as you watch it come
I've got a new
down,
character ready anyway.
it swoops towards you both, and you begin to see the air around its mouth begin to crystallize as
Nice
it
knowing you.
continues its dive towards you. It gets within about 60 feet of you.
We go.
There is a explosion of white frost as you both are engulfed in white frost. I need you both to roll.
I love snow.
I need you both to roll Constitution saves.
Those balls you
Did you
mentioned.
take your long rest?
Shrinkage time.
I gotta go in and do all that. Don't you worry about Wolf. Miss Angie.
Oh, 11.
I also got 11.
Oh, nice. You both take 45 cold damage.
You guys are dumbasses. Both of you.
As
Not
the
higher than the
dragon,
dragon.
as the dragon stops on a raised kind of
Of course.
little pedestal mound behind you. It's about 5 feet elevated up, and it looks at you with a smile, and just barely audibly in a language that neither of you understand. Although, if you speak Draconic, you hear it to say, "Lunch is served." And I need you to roll initiative.
Who? Just them?
Everyone.
Oh my goodness gracious.
20.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nice.
This is not good.
I got 17.
10. Oh, for Zeus.
I ain't scared of a ghost.
Yeah, we're gonna have to poof away.
All right, so, and someone roll for Sola, please, as well. 21 to 25.
16 plus whatever her thing is.
23 for Morthos.
Nice.
Morthos is 23. 16 to 21.
Probably
20.
Sola somewhere in there.
17.
Good.
I
Who had-
also have 17.
Who had 20? Jaga. Wolfram had 17, and Yanni had 17.
Yes.
Okay, what did Zeus have?
Zeus had 7.
7. Eli,
13.
13, and
Kildrick had 12.
Kildrick had 12. Whoo! Natural 20!
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, this is an important roll. Let's see if I get a 5 or a 6.
To get back your.
Do we have any
breath.
disadvantages?
Anyone want to give me disadvantage on this?
Does anyone?
I think we do have
Did you
one.
seriously
don't we?
randomly roll a dragon to come attack us?
What?
Listen, if we gotta poof back to Waterdeep, we will poof back to Waterdeep.
Isn't that where we're going anyway?
No.
No.
By way of reminder,
Go
for
it.
100
Kill it.
bits, you can purchase advantage for any of our players. For 500 bits,
I don't even
you can
think I have
purchase
to.
disadvantage for the DM. I think they were all used up last game.
2,
All the
3, 4,
disadvantages.
5. That's 5. DM is screwed.
Screw-the-dee.
We're gonna use that. Wait, can we use it on this thing?
Yeah. So instead of rolling a 5 or a 6, it would just be a 6. That would regenerate it.
That's really good. Deal.
All right.
Using
Yes.
it.
I'm using it. Jacob, you can witness. Be my witness.
No. You gotta roll that again.
6?
Is it called?
It was cocked.
Bad.
Okay, he does not get his breath weapon.
It doesn't matter.
We'll die a little slower.
Instead, he kind of glides forward and takes one swipe at Jaga and then one swipe at Yanni. And so that is a 11 against Jaga. That is a 25 against Yanni. And he goes to bite Yanni as well, and that's another 25.
Yeah, that's-
Wait, so do I get to attack?
that's good, but-
You do.
Okay.
That's cocked.
Are you attacking a dragon?
He's not a friendly dragon.
It's Sentinel
got that
have to
covered.
attack him.
You take 17 slashing and cold damage, Yanni.
Total for
And
both.
it is now Morthos' turn.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Oh, we're wrecking this dragon. Let's do this.
We're very quickly gonna be 2 people down.
That's going to be 8 plus 4, 12.
12 damage. Okay, very good.
I'm gonna die.
I cut it! I cut the beast!
Morthos.
I win!
Am I the one with the yellow or the white ring?
You are the one and the orange
Jeez.
here on the south.
That one?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm going to run
Get within,
right
fi-
towards the
get
dragon.
within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Jump right
I
off
will,
the
As I'm running, hopefully, he didn't see me dashing out. No,
Yep.
it doesn't.
Reason he
Anyway,
did this today.
I will pull out my
Hero.
overhand sword and I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade. And
Okay.
Who else will?
All right, you have advantage on the attack.
I take that back. I will cast Booming Blade.
Okay, Booming Blade, you have advantage on the attack because you were hidden from
Me
it.
too.
No, I didn't even know.
Exactly.
Ooh, probably not good. 15.
Does not hit. As you make your first attack, and you hit it, but it does not pierce its very thick, scaled armor. You have a bonus action?
Yeah. We're going to run back into the woods and hide.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Sorry, guys, I tried. 28.
Same as last
Yeah,
time.
it's pretty good.
Nothing happened.
Sola, she was not hidden, but was not out in the open, so the dragon didn't target her.
So I took
She
the hit
takes
for
her
it, is what you're
two.
saying.
Takes her 2 attacks. I need someone to roll 3 radiant blasts.
15 plus,
That hits.
11 plus,
That hits.
11 plus.
All right, all 3 hits. So roll 3d8 plus 15.
Does she have Savage Attacker?
She does. You can re-roll one of those.
She does have stunning strike.
6 plus 4 plus 3.
You want a dragon to
6,
make
4,
a
3,
wisdom save.
13 plus 15 is
Oh, yeah.
28. Woo!
They're pretty wide.
They're
Okay.
super wise.
Very good. It is now Jaga's turn.
How's it looking?
He's
Did
laughing
I-
at us.
Did I cut him deep?
Pretty fierce.
You cut him. He is bleeding. You
Ooh.
have white dragon blood on your blade.
Nice.
Ooh,
And-
save that.
Sola
We're gonna
has
need
just blasted him in the back with some radiant energy. You can't really see the damage of that, but he kind of turned and saw where it came from, watched Morthos rush up and try to slash it before disappearing back in the brush. And so he is now aware that there are more targets around him than just these two fools out in the open.
I will bonus action second wind.
Okay, so you can roll a d10 plus your fighter level, which I believe is 6.
I get 11.
Okay, so you get 11 health back. That's your bonus action and your action.
I will attack.
All right, make your attack.
It's going to be 14 plus 7, 21.
It hits. And your second attack,
Hang on. 14 for the first damage.
14.
And that's going to be 22 for the second attack.
That hits.
And that's going to be 12 for the damage.
12.
Yes.
Okay, very good. You guys are chipping away. It is. Are you staying there?
Slowly.
Can I inch around him?
You can. Where are you trying to get to? Like right behind him?
Flanking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind
very
of
good.
rotate around him.
You kind of rotate around him.
Strategically.
It is now Yanni's turn.
I got skipped.
I'm sorry, it's now Wolfram's turn. Sorry, Wolfram.
Am I the guy with the white ring around him?
You are the guy with no. You are black. This
Who am
so
I?
this is Kildrick up here. You are right here
Ooh,
on the to the south.
Go get him, buddy.
You got this.
I like that. Alright, does it seem like I'm hidden?
As far as you can tell.
I'm gonna continue to be hidden.
Okay.
And thusly move, hopefully move
Grapple.
another 15 feet through the woods. That would be my full movement, right?
It is rough terrain.
Well, I'm sneaking, so.
Oh yeah.
And then I will advantagely reveal my position.
Okay.
And I will reveal myself by
Eldritch Blast. Roll your
Eldritch
attacks.
He's a pointy fingers.
a 17
17 hits.
and 24.
They both hit.
Alright, and so we'll do 21 force damage
Total.
total.
Okay. Excellent. It is now Yanni's turn. This was a white dragon, so they are chromatic.
That's right, pew pew.
Pew pew.
Alright.
I'm gonna look at this dragon, and its face changes into half dragon, half cloud giant, because I hate them both a lot. And
What is wrong with
it looks at me and says, "Your mama's so fat. People jog around her for exercise."
Oh no.
And I get so mad that I rage out,
Okay.
and my hair turns white. Lightning strikes me, and then I just hit it as many times as I can with my warhammer.
Make
just
your attack.
in the face.
In the face.
18 plus.
18 hits.
And
Second attack
14.
does not hit.
Are you at advantage?
He is not. Not
No.
quite flanked.
Are you sure?
Really?
I mean,
Geometry-wise, yes.
That's what I was moving for.
Square
Yeah,
map,
you can-
square
yeah.
map-wise.
Okay, yeah, you can. I'll give you advantage. Sweet. So the first one hit. The second one
Is a 16.
does not hit.
Dang it.
So 17 is the. Alright.
Wait, roll for the first one though too again. See if you crit.
Okay.
No, he did. The first two rolls, one hit, one missed. So that
Oh,
was
you
the
were counting
that
that?
was the first roll.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the
so I have one
then
more
you
roll.
do have one more.
no, then you roll the 16 on the second.
I rolled one die for the first hit.
Okay, so you rolled the hit, but
And-
then the
and the
second
second
roll
was a
was
miss, and
was a
then I-
miss. So
and
that was
then
your first roll.
Right.
Right.
And then
So
I
then
you
just
rolled
rolled
one.
one.
and
Okay,
it
so that was a
16 that
16.
missed,
So roll one more. Yep,
Really extending this one.
And that's a 20.
20 hits.
Unnatural.
Nice.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Unnatural.
Okay.
Unnatural. I wish.
We gotta take every advantage.
Nice. 13. It is 21. 23. 25 damage.
Woo!
Nice.
Very nice. Are you staying there?
Yeah, we keep him
All right,
flying.
Eli, you're up.
I'm gonna ignite my sword,
Okay.
step out of the brush,
Yep.
and then in Draconic, tell him you can leave now and live.
All right, roll intimidation.
18.
18. You see it look at you, and its eyes kind of glare as it looks around at all of the people surrounding it.
I want to flash a hand gesture to it.
Which one?
Okay.
One that would have meaning to it.
Okay. So
A
Is it-
cultist gesture.
Is it White Dragon?
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, you do so. And
Can I roll persuasion now with that?
yes, and I'd let you do so with advantage.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. 19.
It looks at you again, and there's certainly a look of recognition in its face.
And then I hold my action.
Okay, what are you holding it for?
If it goes to attack me or anyone, I'm gonna swing at it.
Okay,
I'm next to it.
very good. Kildrick, you're up.
So, knowing that Yanni just took massive amounts of damage, Kildrick leaps from his hiding place. Nobody! Nobody hurts my friend! And just rushes forward and just tries to sing a song of encouragement to Yanni.
Okay, very good. So, are you going to sing to him?
I'm gonna try to. Top of my head.
What do we got?
You are the champion, my friend.
Bow, bow.
And you
love this one.
keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions, 'cause Johnny is the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Nice. That's so beautiful.
Now roll your dice.
I am amazed every time you hit that
Figured those
falsetto.
cards out. I figured those chords out on the fly.
I don't know how you hit that
So
falsetto.
good.
That's
I was
impressive.
hoping they
Well
were
done,
right.
sir. Roll. Is it a first level or second level?
That's gonna be second level.
Okay.
All of the levels.
all of that.
All the levels.
All of the
Just the
levels.
first
please.
level.
2d4.
Third level.
2d4 plus 5.
boy. 2d4 plus 5.
At least the dragon's facing down and not you.
Oh, that's a 4 for the first one, and a 4 for the second one.
Okay, so you get 13 points of healing there. Well
Maybe
done.
not for
Is
you.
Zeus doing anything?
Zeus is sticking back because I don't want him to be murdered by the dragon.
Okay.
Fair.
The dragon kind of looks down at you, gets its face, its snout right up next to yours, and you can immediately feel the frost in the air around you. And it looks at you and says, "Fine." And Jaga, Yanni, and Eli can all take opportunity attacks if it wishes to, if they wish to.
I'm saying no.
Don't do it.
No.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm telling you no. I'm saying
it-
don't do it.
Would I get
It's flying straight up in the air.
Do I
It's-
get
says-
advantage
he says
on
in
this?
You
Draconic,
watched
so they don't
it.
know.
So you watched it. Look at. You heard Eli yell something out in Draconic.
Uh-huh.
You watched it look at him, and say something back to him, and then fly up in the air.
Hobgoblins.
Snipe it.
So you can roll an insight check.
So he's not very.
I'm just gonna brag.
15.
I would say that you gather what is going on here. You don't know what was said, but it clearly is not taking an attack.
No, I'm not good.
Do with that what you would.
I swing at it, but I miss.
Okay. Yanni?
I
Oh,
said,
wait, I'm gonna throw my sword at it. Thanks.
lightning bolt.
This is why you gave me this. You are wise, Eli.
Eli just I'm surrounded by idiots.
Do I hear Eli yell out no, like anything?
You can roll an insight check as well.
Yeah, that's probably. That's gonna be a 15.
Oh.
You two gather what is going on.
Okay. Then I just go, yeah, that's right, you better run.
Boy.
So
And
as
I
he
kick.
flies
I
up,
try to kick it, but obviously I can't reach.
Yeah.
My foot can't kick.
flies up, he kind of swoops down over you and gives one blast.
Knocks your ass over.
roll a strength saving throw.
Oh, come on. This is your forte.
Ooh.
Yeah, 22.
And as you stand fast against the force of the wind, it snuffs at you and then flies off. Its body dripping blood from
Told you we'd nothing to be scared about. I just
lots of
I want
wounds
to try to catch
as it flies away.
Gets his
Having,
blood.
having Yanni
You
be
did?
there to
I'm
stand
gonna
down a
try to.
dragon, just the two of us, I have like so much respect
Same.
for him.
Same.
And I say to him, first you must envision victory, then you must claim it. And I give him a fist bump.
And I
Ooh.
give him Nux as well, but I like a little bit too hard.
You are strong.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, you guys are very smart facing down a
Mortal's
dragon by
gonna walk out and
yourselves.
go, you two are morons.
Really? Where's the dragon?
Yeah.
I told it
Looks
to
like
leave.
we scared off the
Did you?
dragon.
Yes, and how much health do you have left? How,
Uh,
how hurt are you?
That sounds like a silly question.
Yes.
That's personal.
Does it not?
On a scale of
You
1
forget
to
that you love
67,
yourself.
how do you
can have
rate
all
your
the
health?
honor that you want.
Thank
But
you.
forget
Here,
that it
I will
is-
claim all of
I
it.
drink a minor healing potion.
Okay, you drink a minor healing potion, roll your 2d4 plus 2.
You mean the one we just found?
Yep, that one.
Cool.
Yes.
You mean so now we don't have any healing potions?
I have one.
He has one.
Do you have another?
I did.
So you had 3?
I had 3. I gave 1 to Sola. I had 2. You said that you had 1 more.
Gofek took
Nope.
them
Go
both.
back.
Took them both.
Both.
He drank one himself in this episode.
So we have no healing
And
potions
two-
now.
Dump the other
2d4,
one down.
2d4 and what?
Because we were dying.
2d4 plus what? 2?
2.
Okay.
Really don't show it.
So you currently have no
gosh.
healing potions after having drank that.
I can keep singing.
Oh, no, that was one.
The encounter
Oh,
was,
wait.
did exactly what it went to.
My head
I'm feeling
hurts.
great, brother.
No, I have
Yeah,
it. I
that's
have a
fine.
healing potion.
Alright, so
Eli's just rubbing his temples much like Jake is right now.
Gofek comes out and says, well, that was close.
Yeah, it was Gofek.
Let's keep going.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think it was that close.
It was fine. It was a great battle.
Which way did the dragon fly?
Back up into the mountains.
The mountains we came from, or
Yeah, so it was having circled over the peaks, flew down, it flew back up to where it was circling and just disappears over the
okay?
crest of the mountains.
How did you do that?
I threatened it in Draconic.
I think it was me and Yanni.
You threatened a dragon. And
Great
it
sword,
left.
great muscles.
I was very convincing.
I'm curious. What
I would like
you
to
had
insight
said
that.
Please.
Scare the dragon.
I said,
Eli, I need you to roll a deception check.
ooh, that's actually pretty good.
22?
Not that
It's
good.
gonna be close.
Where's
Oh, I have a plus 0, 17.
So you can tell that this is a half-truth. He did indeed threaten it, but there's something more that he's not sharing.
Well, great job, Eli.
Yeah, can we keep moving?
Yes.
I'm ready for round 2.
As Nevermore looks at Eli and winks at him.
I wink back.
All right, so
Is something in your eyes.
So what's happening?
you guys make your way back to the stockade, and when you arrive, several hours later, Borak is there, kind of pacing about, wondering what happened to everybody, what's going on.
Here's everybody.
So you arrive, and Gofek obviously breaks the news, brings her up to speed that the clan was wiped out by you all,
Whoa.
but they saved you. They saved Borak, and you tracked down Sorg and found that it was a demon in disguise, disposed of him, and were able to at least save Merrick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you, Eli, are suggesting that you go to the court of Obald and infiltrate it to make sure there is no further demonic infestation going on, which is what the letters that you say seem to indicate is happening.
Yeah, something like that.
So, why should we go?
Who's talking right now?
This is Borak. Slightly higher orcish voice. Not quite down here. Little more up here.
Got it. Well,
Clearly a woman orc.
clearly.
Clearly.
It's such a woman orc you are.
I try.
Well, as I explained to your son, running would just delay the inevitable. You have a chance to make a difference, a real difference, not just being a highway robber and picking off carts.
Roll persuasion.
12. Better than the 10 last time. You did have a long rest, and then you got blasted by a dragon.
Fine. We'll go. We'll investigate this thing. But that doesn't mean we're going to be hospitable to you when you come north. We'll do this for the sake of our people.
Okay. It's fine. I'm trying to have an olive branch here.
Olive branch after you killed my entire clan.
Most of it.
You're not dead.
She doesn't say anything.
Nor is your son. And nor is, who is that, Merak?
Merrick.
While they're talking, can I take a short rest?
No, you can't.
That option.
Matt, are they speaking common?
They're speaking common, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were speaking Orcish this whole time.
I don't know Orcish.
So, you take a short rest. Go ahead. Roll your hit die.
Is it plus what? Constitution?
It's plus your hit die plus your con each roll.
Okay.
No.
Anyone else short resting?
Yanni
Hit short
definitely.
rest. It'll tell you what to do. You are a 1d12 plus.
So,
Short resting?
Borak
I'm good. I don't need any.
and
I'm smart.
Gofek, they begin to gather up their things, and they look around, and they take out torches,
Whoa!
and they begin to set up to light everything on fire.
Don't do that.
Wait, I look around real quick. Do I see any magical emanations?
So, as you look around, roll
And not,
perception.
not real quick.
roll a
While
perce-
they're packing.
roll a
I
perception
go
check.
in. 36.
Good
Crit.
God. That's your.
So as you look around, you find several large crates, which were clearly pilfered from trade wagons that had either come across the Keldale path or had been on the long road. One of them is full of bars of unrefined silver, far too heavy for you to carry in the crate, you could try to take them individually. There's about,
So it's 1, 2,
what you would guess, based off of a quick look, about 200 of them. There's also several crates with clothing, fabric, spices, ores of various kinds, all of it having value to the right person.
okay. Just one.
And they don't seem interested in grabbing this stuff?
They're just gonna burn it all.
Lock it down, dude.
There is a evocation aura emanating from the weapon on Borak's side,
Killer.
and
It's going down.
she seems to have gathered up any gold that was around on the inside. She has one large pouch hanging from her belt loop.
Alright.
So she was gonna just burn like the unrefined silver and stuff.
I will,
Yeah.
I will, reveal that I don't have a hump in my back and pull my backpack off and put about 60 pounds of silver and spices and whatnot
Okay.
into my bag.
So what specifically are you prioritizing to take?
Click off.
Oh, well, how much weight are the spices and all that? It's a whole crate?
There's a whole crate of spices, there's a whole crate of different ores, there's a whole crate of different clothes, there's a whole crate of just fabrics.
How much is a bag of holding?
Is there anything
have one.
like ink or parchment or anything?
No ink or parchment.
Excellent. I will actually grab Yuhu's arm and pull him over and say,
Hey,
Hey,
they're just gonna leave this behind. We could use this.
for what?
Life.
For life.
Yes, well,
We do have to carry it.
You may not have ever been there, but they have a home back in Waterdeep that needs money for fixin'-ups.
I know of it.
And your sword looks a little dented, no offense.
Hidden Dragons tends to do that.
So, you got anything to put this in? Morthos.
What would you like me
What
to
is
do?
it?
Morthos, there's money to be had here.
Where? What did you find?
Crates of stuff.
Of what?
Well,
Is there
there's
tea?
a big giant stack of silver.
Silver, you said.
Yes, well,
I have a knack
it's not
for,
as shiny as
carrying
my
out large
coins.
amounts of silver.
It's not as shiny as my coins.
Remember.
Listen, I'll
Okay,
reveal
good.
my ultimate secret.
I believe Eli has a bag of holding. How much can you
I will
store?
not reveal my ultimate secret.
Eli.
Bag of holding.
Yeah, what's up?
Come here, please.
Okay, I walk over.
There is a crate of silver here that they are
Oh.
not going to take. I believe you have a bag of holding.
Yeah,
I
let's-
believe we could throw a whole bunch of this in here and get a couple coin for
yeah,
it.
and we're pretty close to some trading posts too. We could turn this around quick and get some money.
Both of them. Did you
Alright.
find anything else other than silver that would be worthwhile to take?
Oh yes, I'm filling my bag with spices and
That crate is what I'll be grabbing from.
From the spice crate.
The spices and.
Okay,
and
so you
other
fill.
little
You can
things.
mark off 60 pounds. You're filling it to the max.
Well, I think the bag takes 80, so I was gonna leave room. So 60 pounds was. I was
What
gonna
else do you
take.
have in your bag?
Supplies? I have nothing.
Okay, so you have essentially the contents of an adventurer's pack, right?
Scholar's pack.
Scholar's pack. So then I would say that you
A
could,
book of pen parchment.
if you took 60 pounds of spices, you would still have about 15 pounds of space left in the main compartment.
Cool.
Eli, you could get all 200 bars in your bag of holding, but it would be full.
Just do it, man. We'll get rid of it at the nearest town.
If we need to dump something,
I
get
think
some.
we should take as much as we can and we will get rid of it.
So fill it up and sell it
Fill
quick.
it up and sell it.
We can
All
just Skyrim it if it gets full. Just throw
Amen.
it
That's
away.
what
Yep, that's
Amen.
right. Toss it.
That's tossing silver.
Don't need that.
Boots? Why do I have boots? Is there anything like a grappling hook or anything useful?
Roll a investigation check.
Can I just ask him?
This is yours. You're looking specifically for this item.
You got it.
How many of them are around me?
Oh,
There are 6 allies around you.
All right, 14.
Plus a dog.
I'll use that.
It's a maximum of 6
Max is 5. Oh wait, what? For what?
for your saving face.
I can max is 5 that I can add.
Okay, then, yeah. So plus 5.
14.
You pretty much are always going to have that. It's ridiculous. But
Love it. It's cool.
so you do not find a grappling hook. There is rope generally. There are bedrolls. It's an orcish camp that is about to be burned. So you could find bedrolls, tents. There's a bunch of orcish weapons that are still lying about. Morthos, you had did I tell you how much you previously gathered?
Yeah.
I think I did, right?
Did you
So
tell
you-
me how much I saw him previously gather?
You did watch him gather, and whatever it is, no one ever went inside. Inside, there's an actual bed, which is where the leaders seem to have slept, multiple beds, and that's where Borak went to gather her things up. So there really isn't much anything left there. So, yeah, you guys, you know that's kind of the stuff that you find.
All right, I'm just gonna put in a rope of mending.
rope of mending.
Yeah, sure.
That works.
Show that.
Yeah, you have a general rope, 50 foot of rope.
That's not on one.
Yeah. All right. So, in the midst of all this, Wolfram,
Uh-oh.
Nevermore, as he's kind of watching you, begins to glow purple, which you have never seen happen before.
Oh,
You alright, buddy?
It just takes off. And he starts flying westward down the path and stops and begins to circle, seemingly waiting for you to catch up.
Where did you the bird from?
I don't know. Do you see him looking weird?
Does everyone see him different? Everyone sees him purple?
Has he ever done this before?
Never?
Has he ever led you astray?
well,
Well, that depends on what you mean by that.
He is circling, no? It appears that he is waiting.
let's go.
Wants us to go that direction, maybe?
He normally just tells me these things.
Oh, yeah, that's normal. We should
You
probably go.
talk to the bird.
It's a bird whisperer.
Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Alright, look, we're just gonna go find out, I guess.
Yeah, just follow him. That's odd.
Yeah.
So you watch Wolfram as he seemingly converses with something and then agrees to follow. So as the flames begin to lick at the stockade and Gofek, Borak, and now Merrick, who is composed enough to walk himself, they begin heading off to the north. As you begin to follow Nevermore out the Keldell path to the west, further towards the Sword Mountains, Nevermore just flies on ahead. And you follow. You follow. You follow.
Huffing,
For how far are we
huffing
following
and
him?
puffing the whole way.
You now get to
I usually fly these kind of distances, people.
the base of the Sword Mountains,
Jeez.
and
Can you show him the
Yeah,
map? I have no
Yep.
idea
No
where we are.
reference.
so you guys were. So here's Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
You had traveled up towards Amphale here, to the north along the Long Road.
Yep.
You traveled up to the top of the forest here, the Westwood. And the Keldell path runs through here, through the Sword Mountains, and meets up on the eastern side of the Mare of Dead Men. Back with the long road. I'm sorry. This is the high road. This is the long road. So meets up with the high road as it curves around the Mare of Dead Men. And so the Keldell path is you're not going up into the mountains itself. It's more of the very hilly terrain. You could go up into the mountains, but the Keldell path skirts around that.
So we're going like northwest.
So you're kind of you're currently going northwest around the highest points of the mountain. It is elevated terrain. The dragon, by the way, flew up further north into this portion of the Sword Mountain. So
How far away from the orc camp right now?
you're now several hours away.
Well, Morthos would have never gone several hours north. He would have stopped long before that. West, whatever direction.
Okay, so
Backtrack.
Nevermore is flying,
Right,
and you're stopping.
right. I would have stopped. Yeah, Morthos would have stopped.
Okay.
Why are we following your stupid bird? I do not want to go this. I do not want to go west, north, whatever.
Nevermore is not stupid.
Well, he apparently just
If he is
flying.
drawing us this way, it is important.
Yes, but why should I care? Why should we continue? We should be going back to Waterdeep. We should not be heading this direction.
Oh, we did talk about this, yes. Well, perhaps we should grab Eli, because he had some information for us.
Why are we stopping? Why aren't we following the bird?
I don't know why we are following the bird.
Because it glows.
I honestly don't get it. It close.
Well, you should.
I like shiny things.
He's like my
So we're
best
just
friend,
going to
my guide.
blindly follow a bird that we know nothing about.
It's not just a bird.
There's more
Well,
to
then
it.
enlighten me.
I've been having a dream for about the past 8 days.
What does a dream have to do with a bird?
I'll tell you what it means. The dream has all of the Sword Coast ending in darkness. Avalanche from the north, all this bull crap going on everywhere. And last night I spoke with Paylor in my dream, and Salune.
Wait,
Who are they?
you spoke with Pedro.
Yeah,
He spoke to you.
yeah. It's been really weird, man. Like, I thought this was just a nightmare, and it is. I mean, literally, darkness engulfs Waterdeep, everything dies.
Well, then we should be heading to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep's not that's the convergence point. There is a big problem in the north, the south, the east, the west, true north and true south. Wherever we go, there's a problem. And Paylor told me that
You know, you hear voices in your head.
he's a god.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta.
You got a problem with Paylor?
I just. I don't even care.
Okay.
What
Well,
did your
God
God
said-
tell you?
He told us that wherever we focused, we could drive back the darkness, and because we were already in the north, we may as well begin in the north and stop the avalanche that's coming. Now, potentially, we may have run into that avalanche just a couple of hours ago when you two morons stayed out in the open.
Almost killed a dragon.
Nice.
I don't know if it's the same one, but I've also been I've gotten these letters from Hackle's Cave that Wolfram helped me find and Kildrick helped me decipher, and there is clearly something going on in Icespire right over there. And this bird is taking us, and I pull out my old Sword Coast map, and I point, this bird is taking us in that direction.
And listen, Nevermore is not from some kind of being like Paylor, but he was given to me from a demigod as well, so we should take this seriously. Not only that, but he helped me find those letters.
What god would that be?
It's a good question.
Well, it's the Raven Queen, of course.
Yeah, I guess that is fitting for a bird.
I thought you'd figure it out by now.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Avalanche, ice.
But that's just why the story from Sola the other day about the what did she call it? The Shadow Fae or something?
Yeah, the Shadowfell.
But the Shadowfell, yes. That is why that story intrigued me so much. She's from there.
Morthos is just going to kind of walk away, just out of earshot of everyone,
I'm
And then
okay.
he's going to turn around and he's going to say, Eli, Sola, come, please.
Oh, cool. Inner circle meeting.
It's pretty. It's getting a little clicky for me here. What do you think?
It is fine. I did not care what you think at this moment.
He says yelling because he's.
I'm out of earshot.
I don't care.
He's probably crying.
So we
That's
walk
the
over.
Because he didn't get to hit the dragon.
We walk over and go, Morphos.
Alright, let's do this.
I hear what you're saying.
We just lost so many. We are traveling with idiots. You saw what just happened. They stood out in the middle of the open for the dragon.
Now,
I mean, come on.
How loud are you saying this?
Can I hear him?
gesticulating wildly.
And I'm pointing.
They're intentionally out of earshot.
No, you're like, yeah, he's saying that's where he missed it. And you
It's a
punched
play-by-play.
it. I get it.
I love it.
Are you sure it was Paylor?
I just got.
One-
No, it wasn't like that. It was like this.
I'm 100% sure it was both Salune and Paylor. I'm also sure that we were traveling with morons before. Do you remember Vincent?
I for Vinny, you are definitely.
He
right.
freaking took a mark from the Dark Lady that he didn't have
In
to.
fact, there's a funny resemblance between Vincent and this other one.
And Yaga.
I
They're
don't
both
get it.
fools,
It's
but there
uncanny.
are fools. And if we don't take care of them, they're gonna die
Do
painfully.
you think that we, this group that we have, can actually make a difference?
Salune told me as much. She said that's exactly what would happen. If we focus in a direction, instead of trying to scatter ourselves everywhere, if we focus, we can drive back the darkness. Now that does mean the areas we're not focusing, it's gonna look rough when we get there. But we give ourselves a fighting chance if we focus. And we're already in the north, and this bird is taking us to where these letters say there's a dragon. There's a lot happening in the north.
You know I do not want to go north, but you say it was Paylor, and I will be honest, you and Sola are the closest things I've had to a family in a long time. If you two want to go, I will not leave. I will follow. I will be here to defend and protect you. The other ones, I don't care about you. Except for the little one.
He's funny.
He is funny. But I will follow you to wherever.
I think
That is where you truly believe we should go.
Sola reaches out with her left hand and puts it on your shoulder. She says, "You are a good friend."
Thank you.
I put my hand on his right shoulder and I say, ditto.
She takes her right hand, her stump, and puts it on your shoulder, and
What
she
are they doing
says,
over there?
"You're a good friend too,
Slowly put
Eli."
my hand on your shoulder.
I just. Oh yeah, well we can hug better, and I just bring them all three in.
I just put my hand up on like his inner thighs. That's all I can reach. You're a really good friend to me, Yanni.
Are you seeing the people
And
we
I
attract?
start rubbing, I
I'm
look
no
back
part
and I
of
start
this.
rubbing my temples again.
And
I
when
go,
When we're
looking
really
at the
close, since I've been following them, I go, just so you guys know, the three standing over there, they all died once.
It's about this time that you hear a
True.
can we go north?
Very true.
Let's go.
I don't know why you don't want to, but we have to. Paylor said so.
I will follow.
Yeah, I as soon as that happened, I started running, and you see it, the cloak and the quarterstaff.
So
just
Wolfram
running
in
into the woods.
his old frame tries to hustle along towards the raven.
All right, Wolfram.
I run out of breath, and you guys catch up to me.
It's like 6 steps in.
So you continue on, and you come into a portion of a forest that there are shades of orange and purple and bluish gray. There's greens, of course, as well, but the foliage here is different. Well, not different, just different colored. It's not like it was around Anti-Aloesters where it had kind of a fall vibe. Yeah, we all miss Gam Gam. It is more like it's sick.
Great.
And as you get closer and closer to the Mare of Dead Men, you get the sense that there is a residual effect of decay and pestilence and death. You move on, and trees start to be covered in mushrooms, fungi. You see trees without any leaves that are just deadened spirals of wood that almost look like claws coming up out of the ground, reaching to the sky. There are still other trees with foliage, but it's definitely a path that leads you to an unhealthy area. As you move forward...
Sorry, can I make a nature check to see if there's things that we should avoid or not avoid?
Morthos, do you believe we have purpose here now?
26.
26?
Yeah.
So you don't see anything that is directly and obviously a threat. You do very clearly discern that this forest is sick. And it's not overcome yet, but there is definitely a battle for the health of the forest which is going on.
Okay.
You approach as you've traveled most of the day, and you come to a ravine
Sounds great.
which is
Just try it.
kind of channeling you and funneling you into a small kind of enclosed area. And on either side, there are steep slopes of the Sword Mountains that head up. And this, you can tell, is not just the Keldell Path, but is actually the Keldell Pass. And so this is kind of what will take you through to the other side, to the Mare of Dead Men. And as you go through, the light doesn't reach down as far into this area, and so there's more shadow, there's more darkness that's here. You continue forward, and it's narrow. It's maybe 100 feet wide, and then it narrows at parts and widens at parts. And the same sort of tree foliage sickness is around you. You continue forward until about 100 feet ahead, in the midst of several brambles and thickets and these kind of sickly looking trees, dying, decaying trees with no leaves. Nevermore, for the first time, alights and perches on the top of a deadened looking tree. And this is about 50 or so feet ahead of you.
There you are, old boy. What you got there?
So what is your marching order as you move forward?
How wide is the path? Can we go 2 by 2?
Yeah.
I would be in the front. Is it still daytime?
This doesn't look good.
Oh, it's beautiful though. Unfortunately, who here can move faster than 30 feet?
Me.
Almost everybody.
Not me. 25.
So you are all kind of down here as the path winds through.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It is getting on towards evening. You've been traveling a solid 8 hours,
Oh.
and you're very tired, nearing exhaustion, but it is still twilight.
Okay.
As soon as I see Nevermore, after I say that, I certainly take a look around to
to see what is going on around us.
Okay, roll perception.
33.
3. As I said, you discern several dead trees. One large one that he's perched on. Another one off to the east. This is kind of north. So the path through the ravine is kind of winding as you're moving from east to west. And so you've kind of come in, and it goes off to the further west here. So it's kind of meandered through this area. There are large, bushy trees with purplish leaves, covered in mushrooms on the trunks. Very rough terrain, with the exception of the path. You see brambles and thickets all about, just kind of off the path. The path in front of you looks clear. Nevermore just sits on the tree staring at you.
Doesn't talk to me? Just staring at me?
Just staring at you, yep.
I don't like
Hey,
that.
Birdman.
I walk. Yeah.
Birdman, should we go up?
Yeah, and I say, Nevermore, get your ass down here. What are you doing?
And I walk forward.
Okay.
I'm walking next to him.
Guys, I believe we should approach with caution. This woods has a very eerie sense about it.
The hairs on my neck are standing up.
It's
Right?
not the best place.
There's nothing around here,
I'm not gonna leave the old man by himself.
but I'll listen to you.
Can we perceive? Can I perceive?
Sure, roll perception.
I see trees of purple.
That would be a 22.
Nice.
You see all the stuff that I described to Wolfram.
Nothing else?
Nope.
Okay.
Can I
Is this about where you guys would be?
Sure.
I want to detect poison.
Okay, you can detect poison.
Yeah. Where's that? So yeah, detect poison or disease.
And what's the radius on that?
30 feet around me.
Okay. You detect disease generally within the trees, but nothing that's necessarily potent enough for you to be infected with. It's just the general sickness of the area. Wolfram, you walk up to the tree.
Yeah.
I'm right with him.
Same.
Sure. I'll move right up.
I pull my sword out though, and I lit it up in the dragon fight, so it's still lit.
Okay. As you get up to the tree, several of the brambles and twigs around you erupt into little twig men and unleash a torrent of needles at you all. I need you to roll.
Not cool, not cool!
I need you to roll initiative.
Nevermore, you dirtbag.
Come on.
That's fine.
Something's wrong.
You don't say.
Can we call them Little Greet?
I am greed.
I am Greet. I am Greet.
Is this an army of them? Like there's tons of them?
Just a good amount of them.
Oh, they're behind it.
No, the soul is about to
Oh,
get.
good. We're already
She's about
flanked.
to get treated to death.
I think it's called I am Greeted.
I've been greeted.
Well, I hope
All
those
right,
short rests
so 21 to 25.
23. Again.
Someone roll for Martha, Sola.
Oh, I got 22.
16 plus something.
22 for Sola.
No, for me.
Oh, you did 22.
Yeah,
16 plus, so She is 21. All right.
That's my favorite die.
16 to 20.
19.
19.
18.
Ooh. Well, how about Zeus?
Buds.
4.
Eli.
14.
Usually doesn't come in handy because I roll 3. So.
Okay. So there is your order.
Oh.
And the enemies with their sneak attack round, they all attack you. And there's a twig that emerges. It looks, as it was still, it was indistinguishable from irregular twigs and brambles. But as it kind of shakes to life and attacks you, you now see that there are little red glowing eyes, and it is in the humanoid form as it reaches out, and the small ones claw you, the larger ones shoot out the needles in your direction. As you look to engage, 2 larger ones kind of step out of the forest and step up to...
Oh,
Wow.
those are Groots.
Those
I
are
am Groot.
with a U.
Oh,
because-
dude, I'm
Groot.
Okay.
because we can't
And so there is one attack against... Let me get my page up.
Didn't even protecting the old man.
Okay, so there's one attack against Yaga. That is a 6. One attack against Yanni. That is a 6.
Woo! Keep rolling that dice.
I like that one.
Needles fly forth at Yanni.
Yeah.
That is an 11.
Miss.
Oh, these all should be at advantage. I'm sorry. So that was
6 and
one miss,
starting
now.
one miss, and then here's a second roll. Natural 1.
Oh yeah.
Those dice are all going over there. So
Those are my
hope he
favorites.
runs out of dice.
So that one missed, and that one missed. This guy lets loose his needles at
At
you,
me,
Yanni.
yeah.
That's a 15.
Misses.
Okay. This one steps up at Wolfram. Lets loose needles at you, Wolfram.
Bring it.
That is a 20, unnatural.
Miss.
And so you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
Eli, these 2 each unleash needles at you. So there's 2 needles at you. That is a 13
No.
and a 20.
Meats.
And that is 12 points of piercing damage against you. The larger ones now step up. And Yanni, there's 2. He pulls out what looks to be just a giant club made of wood, rotted wood. Takes one swing at you. That is a 26 to hit on the first, and a 27 to hit on, no, 26 to hit on the second. It's 2 19s.
That'll do it.
And so that is 17 points of bludgeoning damage to you. Kildrick, you are attacked as well by the wood in the back. And that is a 26, another 19,
That hits.
and an 18.
They both hit.
Okay?
Oh,
and
no.
so
I got 35
take-
points. I'm good.
33 points of damage.
you take 23 points of bludgeoning damage as the twig blight next to you also slashes at you. And that's
Oh
a
my
10.
Now,
Nope.
is Zeus within?
Oh,
Zeus,
yes.
Zeus can attack, yep.
Zeus will use his guard dog to
Yep.
attack.
Zeus turns and
the big
attacks.
one.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, I need to remember his attack. It's a 1d6 plus 5. We'll take. I gotta roll that to
first,
hit
yep.
first.
Yep.
Okay. Natural 1.
Okay.
Bites you.
Roll a d20.
10.
10.
Oh jeez, this is terrible.
Roll an attack.
Oh man, don't make him attack me. I'm his best friend in the world.
Hey, Baloo's Clues wants to know when we'll do the drawing. He's going to do something that takes 10 to 15 minutes and doesn't want to miss it.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry.
That's
I
9.
didn't even
Do
roll
it when
that
he comes
first one.
back. Blue's Clues
Do the
will
first one.
do the drawing when he comes back.
That's 9.
Go
9?
do it now.
Yeah.
I can do it right now.
Oh, you want to do it now?
Because we
You
didn't do the
miss.
first one yet.
Oh, did you do the first one yet?
No.
Okay, choose the winner on the first one,
Oh, the first one.
and we will do.
Back to backs?
Well, in 20 minutes or so, we'll do the drawing for the carrion crawler and the cleric of Zon Kuthon. If we
We
get
have one sub.
2,500 more
5.
bits, we'll give away this dragon as well. All right. So, he goes to bite and misses, and it clinks off of your armor, doing no damage to you. Sola, that is a 14. She dodges out of the way, and it is now everyone's turn. Morthos, you are up.
So Morthos, seeing what occurred, will immediately draw his sword. You'll see him whisper some words, and a green flame will come on the end of his blade as he runs towards the larger creature to his left,
Okay, so you rush up here.
and will attack him with his ogre mage sword.
Okay, roll your attack.
Number 1.
It is
Number 3.
so that would be an 18.
18 hits.
I don't know who Deathstroke is, but he's the winner.
Deathstroke.
Perfect.
Deathstroke won the skeleton and the vampire. Very good.
Congrats.
Well done, Deathstroke. Make sure to message us your address information, and I'll get that out to you.
Is that guy to the north of him within 5 feet?
Yes. This one here is within 5 feet.
So the one within 5 feet will take 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. He erupts into flame and dies.
The larger creature will take 6 fire damage.
Okay.
And then the magical damage will be 15.
15. That's with your sneak attack.
That's with sneak attack.
Okay, very good.
And then I will take the dodge action.
Dodge action, or dodge bonus action. Very good. Wolfram, you're up.
Well, the one that shot me, I'm assuming is the one just north of me, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
This one here.
I'm gonna blast it.
Okay, roll your attack.
In anger.
17.
Hits.
Nice.
And the damage is 7.
Okay. Still up.
And then 22.
Hits.
And it is 15.
15. He goes down.
Yes.
And
as
then
you
I will.
blast his
Should I get
wooden
five?
body to pieces.
And how high up is Nevermore?
Nevermore is about 20 feet up at the top of a dead-end, like I said, the dead-end bow of the tree.
Does he look out of it? Just staring at me?
He just looking at you, yep.
This is weird.
Oh.
I wonder if he's been controlled
Yeah.
or he got sick.
Alright. I will get. I will back up 5 feet between Eli and Yanni.
Okay, so you take 5 feet back.
Uh-huh.
It is now Sola's turn. She turns to the one next to it and makes her 3 attacks.
4.
Misses.
That didn't. Apparently, when you roll for solo, you miss the box too. 17. 17.
Okay, the last 2 hit. Roll your damage.
2
Love
T.
you.
That's role playing
G8.
right there.
It's roleplaying.
Method acting.
Guess I could savage attack.
I'm really
Sure.
getting into Soul's character.
You can re-roll one of those.
Ooh, max damage 8 and 8.
Nice.
Nice.
He goes away.
Ain't no better.
Do they just like fall dead, or
Okay. And she kind of turns and sees that Kildrick is surrounded and rushes around to flank and prepare for the next attack. And Yanni, you're up.
So I go into a rage.
Okay, so you rage. That's
I
your
don't have a your mama joke.
that's
ready.
your second rage today.
That was ones after the rest. so
You raged with the dragon, and now you're raged with this one. Yep.
And I take 2 Warhammer swings at the big one next to me.
Okay, roll your attack.
Can I move into a flanking position before I do that without leaving a threatening?
Yeah, you can kind of scoot around here.
Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch
No,
me.
no, 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 no.
Let me get behind you.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Don't look, close your eyes.
there
Good.
for you.
16 plus.
You did.
That hits.
19
Oh.
plus.
They both hit. Roll your damage.
And D8. And 9 plus.
Do you have Savage Attacker?
I don't. 9 plus 8 is 17. Plus 4 is 21.
21 damage.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay, very good. All right, and so as you are carving away at these things, by the way, they basically make no noise. It just sounds like wood being chopped and slammed
That's weird.
and hacked at. There's no like response to the blows that you are dealing with. They just have kind of red, beady, deadened eyes that just keep staring at you as if they're just moving at you as automatons. It is now Kildrick's turn.
Kildrick's getting smashed in the back by that creature's club, turns around and just is in a rage that it had the nerve to hit him, and just says, "You ugly creature made of wood, I'll put out my axe and chop you good," and then leans up to slash him right in the neck with his blade.
Roll your attack.
1.5 damage.
That is let's see, attack is 21.
21 hits.
Okay.
So you kind of reach up and it gets stuck and you pull it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
Do it again.
He does 8 damage.
8 damage, very nice. And you have a bonus action if you care to use it.
Can I vicious mock the creature that I?
That's an action.
Another action. I always
Yeah,
forget
you
about
can
that.
do an inspiration or a healing word.
Okay. Can I speak some words of healing to myself?
You can. You are a creature
You're
that
okay,
you can
you're
see.
okay.
You're alright, Kildrick. You'll persevere. You'll get through it.
Okay, what level of spell is this?
That's the first level one.
Okay, 1d4 plus 5.
9.
9, nice.
I've rolled nothing but 4s with this one today.
That's
Beautiful.
a lucky one.
Jaga, you are up.
As I draw my sword, I focus my fighting spirit into the attack.
Okay,
And it's -5 plus 10.
okay.
Ooh, that's not good. That's a 2.
That misses.
I'm going to attack again.
Yep.
It's going to be an unnatural 20 on that one.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Ooh, hang on.
As you slash a wide swath across what would be
28.
its stomach. 28 damage. Holy smokes.
He's always stealing the kills.
And
Yaga thinks he's so cool because he's just alley-ooping it.
and what looks to be sap just begins to spill forth. And again, no sound, just kind of looks down and looks back up at you.
And then I would run down towards the next enemy to the south to get in flanking range.
So here,
Whoever's
Here?
right there.
okay, so then this one and this one both take swings at you.
Oh wait, he's not dead.
Not
All right, I thought he was dead. I would
No.
stay there.
Not dead.
Oh, you would say
I would move if he's
Okay.
not dead.
Oh,
I thought
too big
for your
20 would
britches
kill
there,
him.
huh?
he is not dead. He is
Okay.
sapping.
Very much alive.
Yep.
I underestimated it.
Okay,
This
very
is
good.
bad.
It
Art-
does.
Art of War.
It does look at you and does take 2 swings at you, Yaga. And that is a 19
Yeah, hit.
and a natural 20.
Okay.
Woo!
So that is That's 21 points of bludgeoning damage to you total.
Okay.
The little one next to you does take another attack. It's not smart enough to flank you, so it just stays there. That's 17.
Meets.
And so it does
Gotta get that
3
AC up.
slashing damage to you.
How much?
3. The 2 needle blights, actually all 3 needle blights. No, this one shoots at Wolfram,
Get out of there, old man.
and that is 18.
Hit.
And so you take 11 points of piercing damage. Eli, the 2 more attacks against you. One is it was on a 20.
I saw that.
That's a 12 and a 19.
Neither hit.
As you get your shield up and block yourself from all the needles that fly forth.
Must be nice.
Kildrick, another slash against you. That's 11.
Misses.
And then the 2 big hits against you from the Woodwoad again. That is a natural 1.
Nice.
Ah, it breaks its own arm.
Am I within sentinel of
As-
that one?
No,
No,
this
Back
one here.
there.
As
I don't know who's who.
Zeus gets a bite against it again.
Do it. Bite him.
Yeah, so that's, what's that, 21,
21 hits. Roll your damage.
2d6, take the higher.
26, take that higher.
Ooh, natural 20.
Okay, so that is a 10 damage.
10 damage.
bite.
Very good. On the bite.
Yes.
And so you take
Holy moly.
Wait, what happened to the natural
you take
one?
22 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, what about the natural one there?
Oh, it doesn't apply to him.
Bowstring breaks.
Yeah. No, well, the weapon got stuck, but it uses its fists. So
How much did you say I take?
20, 21, I believe I said.
Surely I heard you wrong.
Are you down?
Yes, I'm down.
Okay, Kildrick goes down. Okay. And it is now Eli's turn.
Would I have had any reason to look behind me and see him go down?
I mean, you have general combat awareness, so you're aware that he has gone down.
Alright. I'm gonna run over to him.
Okay.
Is that Zeus?
The one next to me,
Yeah.
licking my face?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Can I step over him?
Step over Kildrick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, I want to interpose myself.
So you can stand up next to him, and you
I'm going to.
could step. Oh, yeah. I mean, you could go
Yes.
basically.
That's
to
what I'm gonna
here.
do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bonus action as I'm stepping over him.
You. So you
Stabilize.
stabilize him. All right. So
No. No, I'm gonna upcast that.
okay. So this is one of your 2.
No, this is a hit dice.
Oh yeah. I always forget that.
Well, we made it up, so.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. He gets 8 health back.
Okay. So you have 8 health, and you take 4 damage.
4 damage.
Very good.
And
And
then I'm going to attack.
yep, the big guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. If you're a radiant blade,
Yes. Am I in a flanking position with
you are
Zeus?
not.
Nat 20.
That hits.
Do I have another attack?
You do.
Another nat 20.
Woo!
Crit, 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 crit.
Go ahead, Eli. Roll it up.
Is it dead?
No.
Alright, so I roll.
The other one's pretty darn hurt, but
I
that
roll
one's not.
48 plus 44
Mm-hmm.
plus 6.
Well, whatever your thing is, times 2.
Oh, 12. Alright. Jeez. Okay. 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 4. That's 23. Plus 5, 28.
No, hold on. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 7 is 19.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I was hoping you wouldn't catch on to that.
Keep going. Keep that. I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
do some math.
Damn. Alright. 5 and 3.
So 27 plus 12 is 39.
Yeah.
And that's radiant damage, so you crush it as you carve a radiant line of energy and then bring it straight back with the broken blade, and the bark on this thing just peels off, its reddish eyes burning with hatred as it now turns its attention towards you, looking down at Kildrick and looking back up to you. Zeus is up.
I want to pull Neo.
So you beckon it towards you.
Yeah.
Zeus,
Zeus is gonna charge right at it and just try
okay.
and go.
Roll
try and bite
your
it.
roll your attack with advantage. Actually, Zeus is level 5, so he has 2 attacks with advantage.
So many KSers in this team.
Okay, so
Kill stealers.
first one is a 26.
26 hits.
He has two hits.
The next attack, because he's level 5, so
Okay. 18.
that hits. So roll your
2d6s.
2d6s, take the higher one.
3. They're both 3. So.
Okay, and
So
then again,
plus the 5
once
is
more
8.
because you hit him twice.
So the first one's 8. And that one is a 10. 8 and
10,
10.
so 18 total.
damage.
Very
Good
good.
job,
Nice.
Lucifer.
Good job, Zeus.
Okay, so he bites a large hunk of wooden flesh out of its leg, and it kind of buckles under the pressure, catches itself, and is ready to attack as Morthos is up.
You better not have damaged his vocal cords. Huzzah!
Bully!
Huzzah!
I love cleaning my teeth on this wood!
So Morthos, just seeing the creature in front of him try to attack Giagara.
Yep.
He is literally going to
Yahoo.
try to cleave his head off while he again casts
Love
Green
it.
Flame
Love
Blade.
it, love it,
Alright,
love it.
roll your attack.
It would be a 25.
25 hits.
So he takes 4 fire damage,
Okay.
and the magical would be 6, 10, 16.
16. So as you go to take its head off, you cut about halfway through its neck, and your blade gets stuck as the green flame erupts into its body, and it just engulfs it in flame. It drops its club and kind of staggers back as you pull the blade out, and green flames just ignite it as it burns up.
I love
Nice.
it. Then I will immediately turn and run to the 2 in the northeast.
Atta boy. End him.
Can I get there with just my movement?
Yes, you
And I
can.
will take the dodge action.
Take the dodge action. Very good. It is now Wolfram's turn.
Who shot me?
The 2 that Morthos is next to. I'm sorry, no. They shot Eli and missed. This one shot you.
Okay, can I see him?
You can.
Oh,
That
he's
one's still
getting
up.
so.
Pewed!
Okay, go ahead and pew him.
Is that the sound you make too?
21.
Pew!
21, and the damage is 11
11.
damage.
Okay, that hits and does 11 damage. And your second
26.
hits and don't bother. You only have 1 hit point.
8.
Oh man!
Okay, and you again dash his body.
Touch my bird!
All right, and Sola is up. She takes her 3 attacks on the twig blight.
17 plus,
Hits,
11 plus,
hits.
11 plus.
Okay, he's dead.
I love it.
She rushes around to flank him with you, Eli.
She wants to like step of the wild or extra attack thing. Is that what she's doing?
No, she just moved.
Okay.
We'll let her save her
Breath of the Wild.
her key points. And it is now Yanni's turn. There's a small one right before you trying to claw at Yaga.
Knowing that Yaga can handle himself.
Could he crush it underneath his foot on the way to me? Like,
Can I?
Crunch.
I want to try to swing at it as I go by it.
Okay,
With one of
so
my
you
attacks
rush
and-
by,
Yeah.
make an attack.
It's not gonna hit. 12?
12. That misses.
Is it at advantage?
Nope. You're not quite flanking it here.
Okay.
And second attack.
Yeah. That one's a 13.
That meets.
Nice.
And
Hooray.
you dash it into pieces as you swing by. And you're continuing towards the woad, I
Yeah.
imagine. Alright.
And then I'm going to. Let's see. I'm gonna Storm Aura.
Okay, that's your bonus action,
Yeah.
and it rolls a dex.
Yep.
That's a natural 1. Go ahead and double your damage.
8
8, very good.
lightning damage.
Alright, and it is now Kildrick's turn. Kildrick, you can stand up for half of your movement,
I would like to do that, yes.
and the woodwoad is standing over your body as Eli has hacked at it and is clearly protecting you and has brought you back with his blood.
All I'm going to do is vicious mock it, as I know it's about to die.
Okay, that is a 14.
Let's see.
You pass.
I pass.
So what's your DC?
15.
Okay, so roll your D4 of damage.
Seems a lucky D4. 1.
It has disadvantage on its next attack.
What do you say to it?
How does it feel to know you're going to be kindling in a few seconds' time?
Ooh, I like it.
Jaga, you're up.
Who's right in the middle of the map?
This is Wolfram here.
Okay.
Morthos, 2 needle blights. You are here. Woodwoad is surrounded by all of your allies.
I will make my way up towards Morthos.
Okay. Full movement gets you right next to one of the needle blights.
Very good. I will bonus action. What do you call it?
A chop.
Fighting Spirit.
Okay, very good. This is your second use.
One sword.
Okay, what do I do now?
And minus.
Hmm?
Ooh, minus 5 plus 10.
Okay.
Click on it.
Oh,
That's going to be
3 successes.
16.
Chop it in half.
Nice.
And it
Actually, just make your
just
HP. Sorry.
dashes to tinder before you.
I thought you
No,
healed yourself.
I gave you.
And that's it.
how much did you give me?
You can take a range attack at the other one if you care
You
to.
healed yourself too,
Okay.
right?
yeah, but that was before.
I will.
Before you went down.
Okay, and so you rush up, you slice through, and in one motion you kind of throw your sword with your new ring as it flies past Morthos' head and goes to impale the needle blight.
It's going to be 21.
That
Attaboy.
hits. Roll your damage.
Call that thing back like Captain America. And
Hang on. 15,
Spoilers.
25 damage.
As it explodes again, the dagger or the sword, your katana, just
Oh, you
in
can't
what
throw
would have been its
great
chest
weapons,
as it slices through
Skills from once.
and kind of sticks into the ground beyond it. And it is now
Can
the
I
enemy's
Jedi?
turn.
Oh, that's bonus action.
Yeah,
I
you used
it.
your bonus action to do the fight.
I knew you were setting me up!
from across the battlefield. What do you
Tree
mean?
takes the sword.
It's like
into
5
their-
feet away.
I can't help. You don't know how to use it.
Turn to me. Come on.
Woodward turns to Eli, who has gashed it, and takes first attack. It's an 18.
Nope.
Second attack is a 26.
Maybe.
Pulse of it.
And that is 15 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And it is now Eli's turn.
You dead.
So I'm gonna have taken that like a man, and I'm gonna kind of wipe my cheek and spit some blood, and I'm gonna spit my blood at him.
Roll your attack with advantage.
16.
16 does not hit.
Oh,
Next one.
As you catch a knot in its body and don't quite pierce
hell?
through.
Jake, you're not playing a soul, you're playing as yourself. Right?
17.
Does not hit.
Oh.
As you swing wide. And it is now Zeus's turn.
Oh man, so my mocking was a little early.
You wanna set up the giveaway real quick?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll do that as soon as this is done.
It's gonna bite him. Switch it up.
You want me to bite him?
Cool. What's this thing? It's
Plus 8. So that is 17.
17 does not hit. Yanni, as you look back, you see that the twig blight that you thought you killed is actually still there.
What?
Oh no.
That's his voice too. That's
I love it.
All right,
We have to burn him.
go ahead. Roll your second attack.
Okay.
You have 2 attacks.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that is a 20.
20 hits. And your damage.
Nice. 8.
8 total.
Yes.
So he goes down. You bite him. The other leg, he crashes down. Zeus spits out the wood and bites its throat. I'm not brushing my teeth today! Ha! Bully! And this twig blight steps up, and it is now Morthos' turn.
So Morthos will turn to Chowder and say, I wanted to kill them. And then he's going to turn around and see there's only one person left.
Yep.
And he's going to just run. And he's kind of like just do this slide as he takes his blade out and slides across as the flames are erupting out at the end of it. Trying to just cleave it in half.
Roll your attack.
So cool.
I kind of hope you roll a 1 so you hit like a tree stump and go flying.
I was just saying that.
Or you slice a foot off of Sola.
He's next to someone, right? So I can flank him with Sola?
Yeah, you're flanking Sola.
That's good because we needed that one. It'll be a 24.
And this time the flame takes it, and Morthos finishes it off, Yanni.
So stupid.
Have you?
I literally have no kills yet.
That's
Some barbarian I am.
That is how you do it.
All right. As
He came back to life just to not let you kill it.
So messed up.
as the combat comes to a close,
That's rude.
That's great.
That's super rude.
That is so
But
messed
you looked
up.
damn good.
So messed up.
Well, he obviously didn't hit it hard enough.
Super rude.
Yanni, you at least looked good trying.
Oh, thank you, brother.
But your soul's clear.
That was a pretty cool kill.
Your soul's clear, bro.
the raven continues perched on the stump, looking intently at you, Wolfram.
So,
Oh, it's a stump?
It's the deadened
20-foot
tree.
20-foot stump.
And as you're considering what to do, we are going to do our second giveaway for the barbarian and the cleric of Zon Kuthan. It's kind of like an evil-looking cleric. He's got like a skull mace type thing. It's kind of cool. Anyway, you can type in, if you'd like to be a part of this, ! Death. ! Death. Because you are walking into a deadened forest and the mere of dead
I thought
men.
you were going somewhere else with that.
No.
You're walking to
Trees
death.
don't
You are
stay
walking
dead.
to your death. !
Death. DEATH. And we will choose a winner as you now are determining what to do.
That was unexpected.
Well, crap.
What's your bird
Start
doing?
climbing the tree.
Okay, you climb the tree. Roll an athletics check.
This is bad.
I hope you fall.
I'm going to fall.
I wanna-
He breaks a hip.
3. I finally roll low, and I'm gonna fall off.
So you get about halfway up and fall down.
What are you trying to do there,
You
buddy?
take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Nevermore, you bastard! You pushed me down!
Do you want me to shoot a lightning bolt at it?
No, don't hurt him!
Roll perception.
Who?
Yeah, actually this would be investigation as you investigate the tree.
22.
You look around and in your frustration you kind of just rest your arm on the
Classic.
tree and
Yes.
it opens up.
How did a bird push you?
Oh, gravy.
Oh,
What's in there?
And inside, you find a curled up skeleton.
Oh.
Curled up in a ball.
How handy.
With a sack, a brown sack kind of set against the outside of the tree, which looks ripped through. There's shards of glass on the ground. I presume you investigate this?
Yeah.
Jump
For
right in.
sure. Is there a puff of deadly gas blowing out at me when the door opens?
Does
Or is it-
not.
Classic
Okay,
mummy tomb
that's-
stuff.
So you see what looks to be an old, decayed corpse with tattered and torn robes. And as you see this and you investigate, you see that the corpse has nothing on it. There's an old, rusty dagger that's of no use. But as you investigate it, you do find inside the sack a hatchet.
Hatchet?
Yes, an axe, a hand axe,
Oh boy.
which is immediately glows with magical energy. Just like that. Magical energy.
Wasn't me. It was Solo.
Okay.
And you find a letter,
Ooh.
which is very difficult to read. It has a strange seal on it. Roll a history check.
2.
Which you've never seen before. And it is written in common, but the years, by your recollection, decades, perhaps centuries, have eroded it so that it's barely legible. Only a couple of words and phrases you can make out.
One of these.
You make out the phrases cursed fruit, blood tree,
Oh bother.
spawn from seeds,
Oh boy.
Poo.
Mere, M-E-R-E, and utilize fruit to discern location.
Oh boy. I say.
You also see a broken jar with a mostly decomposed, what looks to be apple core. But it's oddly, for the age that this is meant to be, it should be completely gone. The only part of it that's actually decomposed is the part that touched the ground, where it looks like several of the seeds within it had sprung up and taken root. And the top of the apple is a sickly white color. As you take this all in, what do you do?
Take a bite of the apple.
Nevermore now flies down from the top because it's an open, hollow tree, and the light's on your shoulder again.
I will. First, I will turn around and say,
Morthos, come here. I need younger eyes.
Oh, what is it
I
that
hand him
can
this
open?
letter to see if he knows what the seal is and see if he can read it to me.
Okay, go ahead and roll a history check.
Nope. 6.
You make out the same that he does. Then you have no recollection of the seal.
Interesting.
I found something here, guys.
So we're gonna pass the letter around because that's
Okay.
all we got from it. Anybody know it? And then I will. Yeah, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this necromancer stone.
There it is.
The Death Stone. I will innately know, hopefully, how to activate it on this this corpse here.
So you can ask it 5 questions, I believe.
That's right.
Can anyone else take a hack at that letter?
Yeah, the letter is passed around.
What are we rolling?
Each of you
History.
roll a history check. Eli, you do so with advantage.
Voice. Somebody give me info before I ask these questions.
19?
Unnatural 20.
It is a seal you are very familiar with. It is the seal of Ordo Lux.
Do the robes look familiar on the guy?
Too tattered to tell.
Okay. Wolfram.
Mm-hmm.
This is an Ordo Lux seal. Warriors of Light for Paylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it's written, it's handwritten, right?
It's in common, yep.
Clearly handwritten, not like printed or pressed.
Handwritten,
We
yes.
didn't have word back
Can
then.
I discern potentially the handwriting?
Roll a investigation check.
Just going for if it's some 15, someone I may know based off of
It's too decrepit.
piece of crap.
It's really decrepit. It's too decrepit to actually determine, and if you had a clean page, maybe.
Okay.
But
Can
nothing
you
that
read
you-
anything more on it if you know who it's from?
You read what it says. There's nothing
okay.
more that you can find.
It's weathered, it's decrepit.
I think it's decrepit.
And so
I think I know
will-
words, Yanni.
I ask up to 5 questions.
Yep. You ask up to 5 questions.
I see dead people.
Does it look like a human corpse?
It is humanoid. Roll investigate. Medicine.
22.
22. So, as you look it over, it looks very humanoid, but not quite. It's not elvish, it's not half elvish, it's not dwarf, it's skinnier, it's lithe, it's kind of elvish, but what is this? This was a changeling.
Changeling. Okay. So I know changelings.
So do I.
Common. So I will ask the questions in common.
What's he doing?
Do you know what is blighting these woods?
As a sickly, unearthly air fills what would be its lungs, you see the robes kind of expand out and its head kind of turn in your direction. Its mouth begins to open.
Crap.
Lawyers, come on.
Lawyer DM.
You're the worst.
Oh, watch out!
This DM is decrepit.
I agree.
What do we need? No, don't trick me like this again.
Wait, can we talk this through?
Can we collaborate the questions?
What are you trying to get at here?
Okay, hold on, guys. Let me put this in stasis. Okay. Listen, I got 4 more questions. The spell only allows 4 questions.
Ask it,
So,
ask it what's responsible, not if it knows. Ask it to tell us what it is.
yes. I'm trying to figure out how to get my first question really answered and another one.
Ask it if you can have 5 more questions.
It
Not
doesn't
how this
work
works.
that way. Would it help
Oh, I
us-
have 10 minutes to ask this question.
Would it help us to know its name?
The enemy's name or the corpse's name?
The corpse.
No.
I don't care who he was. Or she.
How does the pelvis look, male or female?
Male.
Or ribs.
Based off of that medicine check, you'd think that the birth gender was male, though with the changeling, it's very fluid.
Well, how about this? Thanks for the help, guys.
I thought I was going to say something.
Yeah.
Right.
How about this? Blank.
I ask,
Boxers are brief.
What do we need to do to cure this blight? Don't lawyer me! Just answer the damn question!
You can't handle the truth!
Exactly!
No, it says
When what
Fight.
specifically do I need
Fight.
to do?
Find the tree from which this fruit grows and destroy it.
There's a tree we gotta break.
Maybe
Oh, there's a cool hatchet here too, perhaps. It's going to help.
maybe we can ask him where the tree is. What direct,
He's going to say in
Specifically-
this forest, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Ask him to mark on
The
our
worst
map.
corpse of all time.
Ask him to mark on our map where it is.
Answer this question or I'm gonna kill you
I
again.
don't think he is able to write and
But
draw
you trace
right
your
now.
finger over the
See?
map. You tell him to say when.
Warmer?
I do that in the form of a question.
It's like, I have no heart. You just raise your voice at the end.
I'm wrong.
You will do this now?
And you shrug.
all right. So I know that to the west is the Sword Coast. To the north is
Mountains.
wherever.
the Sword
south
Mountains and beyond. Yep.
Yes. So I say,
From here, which direction should we go to get to the tree you speak of?
It's to the west.
I've got 2 more questions. Does anyone have a grandmother they'd like to speak to?
Oh my goodness. Maybe
ask
what-
him why he
Time is
didn't
ticking.
succeed.
You are nearing the end of your 10 minutes.
What?
Why did he
Better-
die or why didn't he succeed?
Choose your
in doing it?
questions.
What killed him?
Yeah.
How did he die?
Yeah.
He ate the
I
apple.
don't care how he died.
Yeah. Well,
Well.
if he's on the same task as
What
us.
steps do we need to take in order to destroy this tree that you speak of that is to the west?
More specific.
Pray.
Well, I don't think he knew the answer to that one.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Seek. Burn the tree once you find it in the fane.
The what?
Fane.
Fame.
burn the tree once you find it in the thing.
Does anyone have?
I've
the
got one
ability-
more question.
Anyone have the ability to light it on fire?
And a torch.
Sure.
He does.
Okay.
I can make it a small little
Okay.
fire.
We're wasting time. Last question.
You see that
What is so significant about this fruit? What are all the significant things about this fruit? I want all of the significant things.
of the tree in the west that we just burned in the fane.
It comes from the tree of blood, and these creatures spring forth from its seeds.
Copy that. See you another time.
The breath goes out of the corpse, and as the breath goes out of it, you now see what you didn't see before as it slightly shifted. On its right hand, a ring.
Yoink! You
And
won't
there
be
is
needing this.
there is a symbol on the ring. It is not magical, but there is a symbol on the ring. Roll history check.
My favorite. 4.
Pass
Four?
it.
4.
Pass it around.
You have no idea what symbol that might be, but you do make out the words "the exchange" on the inner band.
Does it have a magical aura?
It does not. It looks like a signet ring.
Ooh, signet ring.
There is a clear seal-type crest on the face,
Like
and then
real clear, that would totally signify what it is if you could just roll better. Can you do that?
My history checks are my only bad
You have
ones.
to roll for
are
it.
you showing it to anyone else?
I will press the button to the tree to close it, or whatever I unlatched it with.
Rest in peace.
Closes. And as you step out, you have a flash as Nevermore glows purple once more.
Oh boy.
And you see a vision of what looks to be a temple. No, not a temple, ruins. No, not ruins, a cathedral. It's not cathedral. There are statues, there's stone work, it's a swamp. No, it's beings in chains, shadowy beings, eternal beings. No, not eternal. They can die. No, they're still in chains, they're in bondage, they're tormented. No, there's a cycle. They can't be released. They want to be released, but they can't pass to death. They can't pass to death. This is an abomination to the Raven Queen. This must be stopped. They must be allowed to pass to death so that their souls can move forward. And in the midst of all of this is a tree. A long, bowed, gnarled, rooted tree with no leaves that reaches up to the sky, that is in the midst of this temple, these ruins, this fane. As your vision begins to fade, you see the swamps that surround it. And then Nevermore takes off flying again, leading further down the Keldale path. And it's there that we will pick up next week's episode.
Wow.
Awesome.
That freaking bird, man.
For real.
P.S. That conversation with the corpse was
Awesome.
delightful.
Very good.
You have 2 more uses of that stone. All right. So I don't know if we announced the winner for the second
Not
giveaway.
yet. I'm counting how many people there were.
Okay, very good.
I think there were only 3.
Baloo's did it too.
Yeah, he was a third. I
Okay,
was
well,
1, but I didn't.
Look at
count.
these odds, guys. Pretty good odds
Chip.
to win some.
Ange
And Baloo's.
and Blue's Clues. Right?
Yeah, someone's winning that.
All right. Chip, Ange, and Blue's Clues. 1, 2, and 3. It's a 4. I'll re-roll. Ange. Ange is a cheater.
All right,
Number
Ange,
2.
congratulations. This will be sent out along with your GUG, because I didn't get a chance to get to the post office last week. We'll send these guys together. And Deathstroke will get these other 2, so congratulations. And next week there'll be another chance to get this Black Dragon. as we continue on through the Keldell Pass on towards the Mare of Dead Men, perhaps?
After we burn an ancient tree down.
And so we will pick up there as twilight begins to turn to darkness and Nevermore continues to scuttle forth.
I'm over that bird.
He's acting a fool is what he's doing.
And so we thank you all very much for sticking around and being a part of our adventure. We really do appreciate those of you who are here week in and week out with us, and would certainly encourage you to tell your friends and perhaps other gamers that, hey, this is a fun show and should definitely give it a watch. We will see you back here next Tuesday, same time, 7:30 Eastern, as we continue our adventure, when we all will do more of the looting, the dying, and, well, we'll repeat it all over again.
Doop, 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 doop.
Have a good night, everybody. Cheers.